Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho!
Come on in. Come on into the Grindhouse. Get out of the cold and the hustle and bustle. Come sit around the grind's fireplace.
Ho, ho, ho! Get ready. Ho ho ho!
What's up, Grinders? How is everyone doing? Happy holidays. Hope everybody's being safe out there, man. It is cold outside. It is cold outside at the Grindhouse. The blizzards are coming. The coldest Christmas ever in some parts of the country. But come on in. Come on in. There's plenty of room in the Grindhouse. We got some stuff to talk about in this wonderful holiday special of the Gaming Grindhouse. The fires are burning. There's gonna be some stories, spooky stories. There's gonna be some news. There's gonna be some impressions. There's gonna be a Frost. Oh, Frost. Wonderful. Gaming Grindhouse. So share it out. Come on in. We're going to have something that you are not ready for. Maybe some old school grinders have heard it before, but I can guarantee you never heard this. What's up, grinders? We're here. How's everybody doing? Oh, baby, I hope everybody nice. It's cold out there. It's cold. Want to welcome everybody. Come on into the warm fires of the Grindhouse. Shout out to VIP Grinder, Stonewall 1892. He's sitting by the fireplace where Herman Holt's doing the quality splits. He goes, Merry Christmas from Germany. Beautiful country. I was at there during Christmas time. Oh my God, those Christmas villages. Incredible. Merry Christmas to you and to the Grinders. Come on in. In by the fireplace. Enough. Come on in from outside. Come on in. We got the fire. We got the fire hot. Oh man, what a show. What I'm telling you right now, you are not ready for what I'm about to talk about and to show you. Maybe some old school grinders know about it. Maybe. But you never heard this. I got a new one. So, sorry I wanted to do it yesterday, but things came up. I had to do some things. So I'll get back today. I got the Grindhouse open. Frog is supposed to jump on. I asked Zuby if Zuby's out there. Come on in. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas to the Grinders. Before we get into the festivities, we got to celebrate the ones that have been drinking for about an hour. Before, they've been drinking the mistletoe drinks. They've been drinking the reindeer drinks. They're always partying. It's New Year's every day. New Year's every day in here. Oh, man, we know who they are. The VIP Grindhouse. There they are. They've been partying. It's New Year's every day in the goddamn Herman Holtz Grindhouse. Jesus, giving out his specialty drinks. Shout out to all the VIP grinders. My goodness. Awesome. Thank you so much. Partying every day's a New Year's. Herman Holtz. Keep those splits coming into the new year. Oh, damn. What's going on here? My video. Hold on. I drank too much eggnog. My video. Oh my gosh, there it is. Herman Holtz. Shout Ice Queen Gaming. Welcome to the VIP Grinders. Oh, thank you, Ice Queen Gaming. A huge supporter of the show. Been here now, a VIP Grinder. She saw Herman Holtz. She heard about the holiday drinks he was giving out. They've been drinking every day's New Year's over there. Herman, keep it down, Herman. Herman. Herman! Keep it down. We got the fireplace going on in here. Herman, come on. Thank you, VIP Grinders. Thank you again. I'm gonna bring a rockin' new year. But hey, so I figure we'll start this thing off here. One of the things that I wanted to get rid of this thing, whatever I'm looking at here, we'll talk about this. I don't understand these cozies for these accessories. Pause. I don't know what the hell is going on in these worlds here. But the first thing I wanted just to shout out that I was talking about here is the Player's Choice Awards, something that this channel is a part of. The game is the Player's Choice Awards. Shout out to King Thrash for organizing this thing. We've had a whole bunch of people involved into this, everybody, for one day. Oh, hold on. Is there an echo? There's an echo. I see it. I will fix that. There we go. Sorry. There we go. How bad was that echo? I had turned that off. So good at sound-wise. Oh, my goodness. But anyway, there, I fixed it. I think it should be fixed now. So, yes. So we're doing the Player's Choice Awards. We put in a bunch of nominations. They've been out there. We are on the third wave of votes. I think he sent out the, hold on, let me just double check here. What the hell is it? I had it, and then here it is. So we're doing these, and this is basically, after this the Game Awards, we said, hey, let's get echo quality. That's right. We gotta have everybody. There's everybody that was in here contributed to it. We're doing a video for the areas that we're gonna be presenting. I'm gonna be presenting 2 awards and put our nominations in. The voting's been going around. Follow me on Twitter. I've been sharing out the links. So definitely everybody, this is your vote. It's everybody. It is everybody across the gaming podcast community that, Xbox podcast, PlayStation podcast, Grindhouse, any kind of podcast that we got. And we got a bunch of people here to present. So you're going to see a whole bunch of people on the show when it rolls out in January. But we're doing the voting now. So definitely go on Twitter. I sent out the link. We're on wave 3 of the invites, so of the nominations. So go. Oh man, that's a good Buck Roger. That was a good one. Maybe we should do the best photo mode. But I don't know if we're telling what our categories are yet. But if you see the votes, maybe you might think if you listen to this show. Yeah, but let's see which one I'm presenting. But yeah, definitely it's something that's really awesome. We're trying to do this. We're trying to get everybody that we know. Thrash pulled it all together, trying to get as many people as he can. And people got unblocked. This for one day, a ceasefire for one day. That's what we're trying to target here. But
damn, a ceasefire?
What's up, Frog? How you doing, man?
What's up, man? What's up?
I was talking about the Player's Choice Awards. Did you go vote?
Yeah, oh, I voted. Well, I voted.
Nice.
I saw the Gaming Grindhouse in there. That's the only podcast I could vote for best voice. Had to
Oh,
vote for it.
yeah. Thank you.
Had to vote for it.
The best voice. Hey, what's up? Yeah.
For
Dude. Yeah.
best voice.
It's been wild. How you doing, man?
Yeah. Oh man, I've been pretty good. Just busy because it's the holidays, so haven't been,
I know.
just trying to play games here and there. But it's been busy, man. So I just been when I sit down and I get a chance to play, I just try to dive into a game I really, really want to play at that time. Like right now, I'm playing was it Valkyria Elysium, and I'm just
Oh,
like,
okay.
I'm gonna dive into it. I'm just gonna stick with it because I tried it with God of War, but God of War is just so deep and it's so long. And I was like,
Yeah.
I need to stick with one game, just play it through. And I beat a couple of games, but I just, it's hard because with the holidays around, you're running back and forth. I don't really get into the whole, oh, if you don't get this gift, then it's gonna suck. I'm just like, look, you guys get stuff all year round. My kids are grown, so you guys get stuff all year round. So, you know, if you get something, you get something. Yeah, you better be lucky. You guys are getting
Yeah.
cars and
I gotcha.
PS5s, and you
Yo,
guys are getting
I'm gonna
college
say the
tuition.
sales, Frog, the sales that they've been doing, man. Just did another set of sales in the PlayStation Store. It's been
You, you
crazy.
know,
Like I was going through it
I was
yesterday.
gonna, yeah, I was gonna say, I think that a good thing about there's everybody talks about digital or physical, but I think a good thing about digital is these sales, you kind of know these sales are going to hit Black Friday, end of the year. It kind
Yeah.
of makes sense to, if you want a game, just to kind of, if you really, really want a game, get it. But if you can kind of wait on it, because I have a feeling Callisto Protocol is going to go down in price in January, like probably half price.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
there's no sense of getting it right away. Some of these games you can look at and say, okay, I can wait for this. It's not just a bad game. It's just, I'm going to wait. You're still getting it. You're still paying for it. I just wait. Last of Us Part 1, I was like, I'm not paying 69 for that.
Yeah, I got it on
30,
sale.
39,
I just got it.
I might buy it for 39. It's 49 right now, I think, or 44.
Imagine sales, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
I might buy it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I just think, I always, like we always say, I think me and you say it a lot. Temper your expectations. The holiday, this stuff is going to go on sale. Don't freaking let the holiday hype go, have you out there broke.
Frog, I have a picture up here of this is what they want to send you for the
Oh
holidays.
no.
The Xbox warmer for the controller.
Oh no. No, I saw that.
Dude, what are they
not?
doing here? Like,
Is that a real thing?
yes, it's a real thing,
Oh
dude.
my
Well, these are the
God, no.
marketing
Say it's
photos
not
for
so.
it. What are we
Say it's
doing here?
not
They
so. I
had,
don't know what we're doing here.
dude. Didn't they have the other one, the cozy, and now they got the wool hat and the. What are they?
What are we really doing here? What is really going on?
I don't know. They think they're funny, but people are laughing at them and not
It's
with
not.
them.
Yeah, they're laughing at. Look, they're. Oh my God! Look, they're basically. And then they think people like, oh yeah, it's cool. No, we're laughing at you. We're not laughing with you. We're laughing at you.
Dude,
It's not
they
funny.
had no games in 2022, and they're wrapping it up with goddamn friggin' warmers for your controllers.
I don't know if you ever seen the David Chappelle skit where
I saw
they're
all the
sitting
David
there
Chappelle skits.
and he's like, for the thing you need to get your friend, and he's like, and then like talking like, wrap that shit up, B, and hit the button.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Wrap that shit up. Like you guys know.
I don't get it, dude.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what they're doing with their branding and all their stuff. Nope. Scolari Brothers member for 13 months, just over a year. He goes, ho, 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 you filthy animals. Merry Christmas. Those cozies look perfect for my balls, shit. He said. His balls. Shit. Dude, it's too early in the afternoon here for balls. Dick and ball warmers, oh man.
Oh man, I didn't even do the 3 C's yet.
Oh man, we didn't get to the 3 C's. Holy crap. You can't press the Y button. Exactly. Manio says the hat covers up the Y button. Why would you need the Y button? They should cover up the stupid share button because that's useless. That's like an appendix.
The share button is
the share button. Holy
share button.
There's just one. We're starting off the holiday show We gotta bring the Lord into this show. We gotta hit up.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
Oh.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit,
It's a-
activate. Activate.
Jesus is the reason for this season. I don't know what they're doing over there. I tell you, they are. I don't know.
Jared,
don't know,
I
man.
know we're going to
This-
talk about the big one they just announced on CNN.
Enjoy.
I saw it this morning when I woke up, and I'm sitting there watching the news, having my breakfast. I almost choked on my fucking breakfast when they're like, when it comes up on CNN, it's like Satya Nadella's Microsoft Xbox is trying to buy Netflix. I was like, get the fuck out of here, Nick.
Wait, Stutter and
Have you-
Satya?
Everything that we're doing.
Oh,
with our
they mentioned it.
content, with our our cloud and
Let me tell
You
you.
went over
Let me
Netflix
tell
and
you.
studied over there?
CNN name dropped them. They name
They
dropped
went.
them. You know,
Satya's gonna buy Netflix.
yeah.
With
They
his cloud.
they name dropped them. Today, Junior, they name dropped them. And I was like, wait, they're trying to buy Netflix? Wait.
That's what
If anybody can't see through the bullshit, they're, we always say, we don't, I hate talking about this fucking deal going to Activision, but Monopoly. All you can say is Monopoly. This is what they fucking want. They don't fucking care. Absorb as much as we can. Who gives a fuck? Let it fucking burn. If it burns, it burns. I don't fucking get it.
I don't know.
I don't see how anybody thinks this is good
they are
for
buying
one or two companies that own the industry. It's not good.
I said, and I was saying this, I don't know if I'm salty or here, but what I said is like, even when this Activision deal starts like getting the ink just started, like it looks like it's going to go through, the next statement is going to be like, we're not done yet. And that's the next thing. They're going to be like, okay, Activision, after suffering through that stupid legality for a year or 2 years or whatever it's going to be, near the end of it, they're going to be like, and Phil's going to do an interview going, we're not done acquiring anybody yet. And then now it's going to be speculating, it could be anybody, Netflix, EA, Ubisoft, anybody now once they get Activision. But this is what's going to, it's just a vicious cycle of once them just buying Netflix, everybody.
I was like, yeah, it's if people can't see through this bullshit. Like I fucking hate the fanboying. I hate the shit.
It doesn't do anything when they buy
people
Netflix.
fanboy and they don't fucking game. I hate the shit because I'm like, I put a fucking statement on Twitter. I said, this is gonna kill my hobby. I said, this fucking subscription shit and this guy's like, how is it gonna kill your hobby?
Well,
this
Frog,
is better for gamers. Motherfucker, you don't even
I didn't talk to you.
This motherfucker doesn't even play games, and he's talking about how's it gonna kill your hobby. Dude, I hate the fucking people in the spaces in the fucking Twitter chats that aren't gamers talking about, I think this is good for the industry. You don't care because you don't fucking play games.
Yeah.
You don't care because you're a fucking fanboy.
No, but did you see the thing with the Call of Duty where they were going to put it in PlayStation services? Like,
yeah, man,
how crazy is that?
This shit is making me sick.
There you go. Oh my God, this is what I just found something. This is not even on the Grinds boy, but Grinders, hit that like button. Look at this. You talked about the Netflix thing, right? I just searched.
Let it fucking burn.
Get what? I just searched what servers do Netflix run off of, and here it is. Plain as daylight. Just like we said with Call of Duty, they chose Google. Well, guess what? Netflix uses Amazon Web Services for nearly all its computing and storage needs, including databases, analytics, recommendation engines, video transcoding, and more. Hundreds of functions that are more than used in 100,000 server instances in Amazon Web Services. Do you see what they're doing? They're doing the same exact thing they're doing with Xbox. These companies are not choosing Azure Cloud for Microsoft's infrastructure.
Nope. Not at all.
And the Microsoft invested tons of money. They said that we invested so much. That's why Sony and Nintendo aren't competing, because we invested so much money in cloud that our Azures is this. And guess what? Nobody's choosing you. Again, they are not choosing you. Why are they into Activision and stuff? Guess what? Activision, all the Activision games, all King's games run off of Google. They run off of Google Web Services. Rest, guess what? They buy it. They turn them all into, now you're running on Azure. Look exactly what they did with Minecraft. Minecraft was using Amazon Web Services. Guess what? They bought Minecraft and they shifted all Minecraft stuff to Azure Cloud. They're doing the same thing now. Why would they put Netflix out there? Why would CNN be talking about Netflix? Look, Netflix, one of the biggest cloud streaming services, does not use the Azure cloud. So guess what? You don't want to choose us? Well, we're gonna
And we'll
buy
buy
you, and we'll
There
make
you
you
go.
run off Azor. And guess what? When else did they do this? You weren't choosing
Dude,
Mixer. You weren't choosing
Yep.
Mixer. Let's go buy Ninja. Did Ninja have a choice? He could have went to Mixer by himself. Ninja could have took his audience and said, Mixer looks great for me. I'm making the move to Mixer. Nope, Ninja didn't do that. No, Ninja had to be paid by Microsoft to come off of Twitch to go to Mixer.
Thank you.
Same thing with the Shroud. They had to be paid. They had free choice to choose Mixer. They didn't have to get paid. They could have said, hey, Mixer looks great. Hey, Twitch audience, you know what? It's been years on Twitch, but I think Mixer offers something that we could use. Let's go to Mixer. Free will, they could have did it.
Pay me.
Pay
me.
You're not
Look,
choosing us? Well, guess what? We're going to buy you, and now you're going to choose us.
This is one of those things that
Everybody hates Microsoft. That's right, Nigel. Yes.
if you outside of the fanboy bullshit, if these people fucking who primary play on Xbox, and I don't really care if you primary play there, like cool. You're playing on a console you love, that's cool, but I can't stand the fanboy shit and the bullshit. Like you got to be able to see past the fucking.
But this is what it is, dude. It's about
you got to
the
be able to
cloud.
see past the cock and balls in your nose. Like you got to be able to see past that fucking Phil Spencer cock and nuts in your nose.
Oh Jesus!
Like,
it's a holiday special, Frog. It's a holiday special.
Oh no,
Jesus.
Okay. So my whole thing is like these guys out there that are champion on this stuff. Why you're just champion on it to get a notch in your belt? You're not really. You don't really care about gaming. You don't. I'm gonna say it.
Well,
There's
don't.
a lot of
They
these
care
guys
about the
that
cloud.
don't care. They just care about the bottom line and what makes Microsoft look good. Because if it makes Microsoft look good, it makes Xbox look good. I'm like, you guys don't understand what this is going to do to the industry. This is
Look at this. Oh, sorry, you're botting out. But look at this. Netflix in 2016 moved all their stuff to Amazon Web Services in 2016. This is exactly
Wait,
now.
can you hear?
Oh,
Can you hear
now
me?
I can hear you.
Okay. No, what I was saying is you're gonna have a back and forth battle where companies are just gonna like try to buy up everything. You know, look, we got AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile. That's it.
There you go.
Everything else is under one of those freaking companies. And you know, before when you had your 6 cell phone companies and everybody was fighting, it got to the point where everybody's like, well, screw it, I don't want to fight anymore. We can just get bought out.
Nobody's choosing them, Frog. That's the problem. So, and this has always been
Microsoft's
Microsoft's
and they have
issue.
the money to buy everybody out. That's fine.
That's
so
why.
like,
but Frog, guess what?
We'll buy you.
But Frog, they had all the money to buy Nokia. They had all the money to have a Windows store. This is the same thing that happened with Windows. They come out with great ideas. They come out with some ideas, but guess what? Nobody else is on board with their ideas. Developers, they have trouble. They were up there sweating their balls off, talking about developers since the 90s. Talking about they have a trouble with getting developers to support their stuff. And you want to know why? It has to do with their history. Their history is that they don't stick with stuff. They kind of do these kind of like Ralph Cramden honeymooners, kind of like pie in the sky, crazy ideas. Woo, we're crazy. And they don't stick with them. And people jump on board and get screwed. Just like Mixer. They jumped on board. People said, I'm moving my channel to Mixer. Mixer shut down. These people are crying when they shut that service down. Same thing with UWP. Use the UWP. And then all of a sudden, Frog, they stopped UWP, right? They said, we're done with it.
I'm gonna be honest.
Then the guy had a game on it. He got pissed off because they just dropped this stuff. Yeah, one last thing is look at this. King
go ahead.
Uses Google Cloud Machine Learning. King, that's part of Activision and Blizzard. King uses machine learning from Google Cloud. So you see where they're going. All these big service games or these big services are not using Microsoft's Azure Cloud. They can move it to Azure Cloud, but they're not doing it.
They're the reason why it's trash.
Microsoft's job is to sell it. How good they were marketing. They got cozies for your controllers, but no games. That's great, Microsoft. I can put a cozy on my controller. Why? Are you trying to insinuate that I'm not using it because you have no games for me to play on it? Because that's what the joke is, really. It's like, look, keep your controller nice and warm because nobody's using it because you don't got the games to play on.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad because when you see somebody that's on a Twitter or whatever place, and they're talking about, oh well, nobody said anything when Sony bought this company. But but most of the companies that Sony purchased, guess what? They were already making games for PlayStation. Microsoft's like, we don't care if you're making games for us or not. We're just going to buy it if we think it can add value to our bottom line, because we don't really care about anybody else. We're going to sit here and tell you this makes sense for the consumer. It doesn't.
No,
Even
they
Game
don't
Pass
care.
itself, like when you're sitting there talking about the best thing in gaming, like how is the best thing in gaming when they gotten one game that's okay in the last year? High on Life, and we know the game is going to be multi-plat. We know
Have you
it's coming to
tried it at
PlayStation.
all?
Yeah, I've been playing it. I think it's fun. I
Oh,
think right
okay.
now,
Game of the
I
year.
think
The game
I
of the
think right
Xbox
now
game.
it's the best Xbox game I've played this year, and that's sad to say.
Oh.
That's not saying much.
Twisted
That's not really
Sync.
saying much.
Let me get the super chat here. Twisted Sync with the $2. He goes, Microsoft, here, have some coal booster for Christmas. Oh my goodness. Yeah, dude. Microsoft with that coal. That's the
man.
Series S, dude. But yeah, so you've been playing this. Do you like it?
I think it's cool. I think it's cool for what it is. I think if you like the Rick and Morty type humor, you'll like it. If you don't like that type of humor, you're not gonna like it.
You played the VR game we were talking about, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing, right?
Yeah, same thing. Same kind of humor.
Yeah.
Just a shooter. I think the shooting mechanics are really not that great. But I think what makes the game really fun is just listening to the different weapons and the banter. That's what makes it, interesting. It's a very unique take on a shooter. It reminds me, matter of fact, it's kind of unique. You know what it reminds me of in a like another way? You ever play the game? It's an Oddworld game where the guy's running around, he's shooting, and like all his ammo is like the spiders and
it's what was it? Stranger's Wrath? Stranger's Wrath. It was like a spin-off of Oddworld.
And I really like Stranger. I thought Stranger is an amazing game. So I think this game, to me, my personal opinion, it has that Stranger feel to it. Where like but the humor, they got the weapons have humor, they're funny, but I can say it is
number one customer.
What's the word I want to use? It's kind of childish. It is a little childish.
Yeah.
Like people talk shit about the because I've been listening to podcasts off and on. People talk shit about the what's the name demo for PlayStation, for spoken demo, and they said, "Oh, this is childish." But the High on Life is just it's even more childish. Like there's a whole section talking about alien jizz. So I mean, it's a fun game for what it is. And I think it's a solid game for what it is, but I wouldn't start jumping and cheering and saying game of the year. Like I would say, I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, they're trashing this game in the chat, man. They're going wild.
I thought High on Life was like a 19. I'm not gonna lie. I thought High on Life was like 19.99, 29.
No,
I didn't know it was a full price game.
Yeah, it's $60.
My wife I'm sitting there. My wife's watching me play.
That's high.
And she's like, and this is what she said. This is what she said. She's like, "Oh, is this one of the free games on Xbox?" I'm like, "No. If you had Game Pass, I had it for a month left, and I was like, you can play it in Game Pass." She's like, "This looks like a free game, like something you get in like PlayStation." That's what she said. She's like, "This looks like a free game, something you get in PlayStation Plus or on Gold." I said, "Gold members be lucky to get a game this good." Sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, when is the last time we seen a game in Gold come out that was as good as mine?
Gold, dude. They need a revamp.
Man, they just need to stop. Look, I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna do, Jazz. And we've said this before. Gold is they're gonna get rid of Gold, and it's gonna be Game Pass. That's it.
Gold, I think, is gonna turn into that free, right? Remember the rumor
Gold is gonna be integrated in Game Pass, and that's the only way you're gonna be able to play online. If you do not have Game Pass, you won't be able to play online.
Yeah,
that's what they're going to do.
Well, the Game Pass ad supported. You see that? The ad supported Game Pass?
Microsoft
is a commercial with Phil Spencer trying to sell you something.
Bleeding money. They're bleeding. Like they are bleeding. And look, people will say they can be $1 trillion company if they want to, but I'm pretty sure they want to make money. I am pretty sure they want to make money. So
yeah,
you can't sit there and just constantly not be profitable. And people, if they're profitable, I get sick and tired of fanboy shit.
So bad. They say it. They say it to the CMA.
I can't stand it.
They are so bad. They're
it's like you
losing
guys
money,
are
dude.
losing. You guys are losing. But
How long?
people rather sit there and talk about how good. Look, you got a good console, but everything that and here's the thing: got a good console, but every game performs better on PS5. Why is that?
Oh, that's another one. The Witcher. You see that?
Why
Same
is
with the
that?
frame rate.
Yes. Why does every game perform better on PS5? Mark Cerny said it best. It's not about teraflops.
Nope. It's
It's
not,
not about
it.
teraflops.
But Frog, we just saw this with the One X. They did the same thing. The One X would
Same
jack up the
thing with the One X.
resolution.
Bruh. The same damn thing with the One X. We just
Same
went through this
damn thing.
whole generation again.
We did.
Where we
3 years.
watched them say we got a more powerful console than PlayStation, and guess what? The fucking Pro outperformed it every freaking time.
Yep.
Like, what are we
Exactly.
doing here? What are we really doing
I
here?
don't know,
Like,
man. It's game
I don't-
after game, dude. It's Callisto Protocol.
game after
It was
game.
the Witches update. And it's like the performance is steady in the cities
and you know
on
what?
PlayStation.
People can say this doesn't matter, right? We can all sit here and say it doesn't matter, right? And at the end of the day, and the bottom line, it may not matter, right? But the casual people, when they're out there hearing that this is a fact, not opinion, everything plays and runs better and looks for the most part better on PlayStation. Like, how can you deny that PlayStation is a force to be reckoned with?
Yeah.
Microsoft is sitting there like saying stuff
they're
like,
fourth or fifth, he said, Satya. Fourth or fifth. Like,
so we can't compete with Sony. That's why we need Activision. You can't compete with your damn self. Like, you guys can't make anything. Why don't you spend that $76 billion and develop good games? Make whole new studios.
exactly.
They can't do it, man. They can't do it. They're a shellless company. They can't. And this is the thing, because if you would go back, and I got a video here I want on the show. God, man.
If you go back, they get in, and that's why all the stuff with the FTC, the CMA stuff, all the stuff that they're saying is they can't get out of their own way. They have said so much stuff over the years that they're jumping and jiving and flipping and flopping all over the place that you're like, what the hell is going on? And guess what? While they're doing that, no games. No games,
you
no release dates, no updates.
They can't get out of their own way. And you know, I don't want the deal to go through, not because of fanboy shit. I don't want the deal to go through because I think it'd be bad for the industry.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's they're not done.
And I think it's something that is going to hurt the industry. And we're not going to see it right at the forefront. But years from now, we're going to be like, damn, I remember when we thought this deal was going to be good. And now we're not getting the games we want, and the quality of the games are not as good. Look, let me tell you what, Game Pass should have been something secondary. The only reason it's not secondary is because they can't compete, and they're right. I applaud them for admitting we cannot compete with PlayStation. Yeah, everybody knows this.
They can't.
During the 360 days, they compete.
Just stop making the console, dude, and be third party and be on the cloud, because that's what they want to go.
It. I had a whole argument with somebody, which I won't mention, and we argued about. Well, we won't say argue. Our conversation was about Halo Infinite and Halo 5, and I honestly said the only way Halo comes back and is even good is they have to do their semi-linear story, and it has to be multiplayer. That game will not be successful if it's not multiplayer. You took a big franchise like Halo and said free to play, and threw a sticker free to play multiplayer, free to play, and it doesn't work like that. You're not Fortnite. You can't do that. There's certain things that you can't do. It's hard. It'd be hard for me as a person to say, I see how successful Amazon is. I'm going to create my own business like an Amazon and think I'm going to challenge Amazon. You know how hard that is when something's established? Call of Duty is such an established franchise with the shooter. That's why it's important for it to remain multiplayer, and for that company to just be like, okay, we're out here doing our own thing. It doesn't make sense for Microsoft to absorb by that company. It's just going to hurt. It's going to hurt. And I think a lot of people, they're like, well, I put an Xbox, so I don't see how I can. That's the problem. It's not about your fucking console. There's a bigger picture to it. And the bigger picture is this is going to hurt gaming, whether you realize it or not. You think it's not, but it is. But they just want to say, oh, look what we got.
It is going to cause a cascade effect with like other responses and things like that. And that's my fear. It's like, yo, because once you say yes to that, how do you say no to anybody else?
It's going to hurt gaming. And them saying, hey, we'll put on the Nintendo system. Nintendo told them straight up, we don't really care. It hasn't been on our system for years. So why do we care? Yeah. We don't care.
I know.
We don't care. Look, the reality is, if this one, and this is true, this is the honest truth. If this deals go through, Call of Duty can remain on Xbox and be what it is, right? But let's just be clear. That franchise will die. They will kill that franchise like they killed everything. Gears is dead.
Yeah.
Gears
Well, the
franchise
fact
is
that they
dead.
were willing to
Halo's
just
dead.
say Sony, part of the deal, just put it in your service as well.
No,
It says
see,
like they're
that's
gonna.
not a good deal.
That's not good because I would
That's
say
not
Call of
good.
Duty would probably turn into like a map a month or something like that.
You know
would
what
lose
that says is,
that
I'm
initiative.
gonna tell you what it says. That's what they say and put in your service. What they're basically telling people is, hey,
Kill it.
service-based gaming is the way to go. They're trying to
I
put
know,
it
that's
in,
what I
and
saw. Yeah.
it's just like, hey, Game Pass. This is why would you play? Then they can sit there and say, hey, why would you really want to play this game on PlayStation Plus when you can just get it in game? You see, I just think this is a bad deal, and people aren't looking at the bigger picture. These clowns out there are rooting for their fucking console of choice. They're stupid. Most of them don't. They're not really gamers to me.
Because Frog,
they're
there is
clowns.
nothing else. It's the same reason why everyone gravitated to Game Pass. It's the only blink of light that is a positive in their eyes, because Microsoft's not delivering any kind of renowned games. Look at the celebration of High on Life. Are you kidding me? How is the hype that I'm seeing for High on Life?
Game.
There was, wait a second. There was Kana, there was Stray, there was Sifu. These games are winning awards, bitch. And you got High on Life out there, and they're treating it like it's one of those games. Dude, this is a fly-by-night game that was thrown in a service that, you know what, maybe you enjoy it, and that's it. But the cap of saying this is what Game Pass is about,
no, it's
that's
not.
some horse shit. That is not what Game Pass is about. This game is a $60 game. This game would have fell off the radar. It would have been on sale before Christmas Eve if this game was not in Game Pass.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Hell
okay?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
This game was not in Game Pass. This game would have fell. It would have been before Christmas Eve. It would have been $30 because they would have said New Year's special, because nobody's paying $60 for a game like this.
Nobody's paying for a game like this for $60. I'm going to be real with you. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, so we got to stop acting stupid. But these guys are so fucking. That's why I didn't understand. That's why I didn't understand. Like, when there were so many people talking about the demo, I was like, damn, a lot of PlayStation people played the demo.
Critical on the Forspoken
but you know
demo,
what, though?
but the High on Life.
A lot of people that were talking about the demo weren't PlayStation like people that primarily played there. They were like, I primarily play on Xbox, and I was like, wait a minute. I'm so confused. Like,
they turned on their PlayStations because something
demo
was for free.
better than anything you guys released on your console in the last year or so. Like, I don't get it. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
Frog, what are we doing here? Look what I'm going to show right now. What are we doing here? This is the game. A 65 Metacritic score with 30 critic reviews. Listen, I'm not going to talk about Metacritic scores because look at the user score.
I definitely think that's a bad score.
But why are there only 30 critic reviews? And
because
why?
Because they get,
and they're 23 on PC.
Less critic scores get you a higher. Yeah, exactly. There we go.
Why are there a total of 40 outlets? Why are there totally 40 outlets reviewing this game? Well, that's the suspect thing. Where's my Halo sus? That is what?
Number one
What happened to all
customer.
the reviewers that were reviewing for Halo and Gears of War? Why don't you guys come and fucking review this cocksucker
game? Is on everything. Frog, where's the cloud review? Where's the PC's review? Where's all the different configurations of the PC? Where's the one? Look, it even was on the Xbox One, the OG. Nobody's reviewing it on that one.
It doesn't matter, Jez. It's a talking point. It doesn't matter. It's a talking point.
My point is why is there such a low critic reviews? And on top of that, it's basically a 65.
Yeah. I mean, the game's a solid 7, maybe 8, right? At the point right now I'm playing.
Where are those, Frog? Where's the 7s and 8s from?
You're not gonna get it.
Oh, you got it. The Xbox Hub and Somos Xbox gave it an 80 and an 83.
You're not gonna get this stuff because we already know.
They are. They came through.
We already kind of know how they review
Somos Xbox. God, get the. I gotta get the super chats before I hit my. I'm hitting my whole spirit.
I tell you, man, they just kill me with this shit.
This is it.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Hey,
Activate.
Same
Activate.
thing.
Hey, Alexa,
Why?
turn on
Hey,
light.
wait. The same thing that why Halo won Player's Voice Award. Yeah, before that shit was
my
even
God, before
fully
it even got
cooked.
launched. Yes.
Because they got to gravitate to something. Because you know what? The narrative was that there were no games coming for Xbox in the holiday. So they're going to grasp onto straws, whatever they can get. Well, there was some game that's exclusive. Let's make this our game. Where's my friend? Where's my slow clap? Where this is it high on they gotta celebrate something. They gotta gravitate to something because they had nothing to this holiday.
Jez,
And they
I
made a
wanna
point
see how
last
many
year. They had
people-
nothing. They had to gravitate to Halo, an incomplete game with features that were missing, and they made it their Player's Voice Award.
I want to see how many people are going to actually buy Seafood and Stray when it comes to Xbox.
God,
Because
they're
it's not coming in Game
anywhere.
Pass. They're not going to buy that game. Good game. They're not going to buy it. They're
Get
not.
the hell
And
outta
guess what? Seafood and Stray weren't insert. Well, Stray kind of was, but Seafood wasn't. So my whole thing is like, how many people are going to really buy these quality games? They're not going to.
They're not going to.
They're going to make it. They're going to make an excuse.
Let me get these super checks. Sonic Moore with the 5. He goes, more controllers than games. Classic Microsoft. They know they'll never compete with PlayStation when it comes to gaming. Dude, they admitted it themselves. Thank you so much, Sonic. They admitted it themselves. They said, we don't even have enough exclusives as them. We can't compete. Well, whose fault is that? That's that. Whose fault is that?
Their fault.
Because guess what? You were doing pretty
Peter Moore
damn
was there,
well.
he competed.
And
Peter
know what's
Moore
crazy?
fucking competed.
I was thinking about this compete thing. I was like, you know what? You did pretty damn well at the 360. The fact that you had a 90% failure rate of a console, and you had people still rebuying it.
90%.
Dude, they had people still
Dude,
rebuying
it
the
was bad.
console. You
Yes.
need to have balls of steel and some market mind share for people to go out and rebuy. I bought 4 of them.
Dude, I went through 10 of them.
Had so to say now, 20 years later, we suck. We're weak. Hey, that's
I don't
all
feel
you're
sorry for
doing.
you. That's your
You're the
problem.
one that drove your shit into the ground. You are the one that decided to focus on cameras and focus on other things and not present the gaming first approach. And then in 2016 to shut everything down, looking like you're closing up shop, and then start rebooting yourself again
customer.
for almost 5 to 6 years without showing any output and try to reclaim anything. And all you're
Jeff,
doing is flat on your face.
That's a you issue. That's what I
That's
say.
a you
That's a
issue.
you issue.
It wasn't.
Exactly.
You
It's a
competed
issue.
damn well with Sony with the 360. You weren't
Yep.
crying, let us compete. You did damn well bringing
it's
games to
their
the
management.
platform.
When you had Jay Allard and even Don Matrick, people shit on Don Matrick, but let
Hey,
me tell you
he's on
something.
the Players Voice Award, Players Choice Awards.
Jay
That's a
Allard and
fact.
fucking
What's up,
Jay
Blake?
Allard and Don Matrick wanted to fucking compete. They
Yeah.
definitely wanted to compete.
Donnie D.
Phil Spencer, I don't fucking know.
Phil.
Kumbaya.
I don't fucking know,
Kumbaya.
man.
All
I
right,
don't
let me get
fucking
these
know
super
what
chats
Phil
before
wants
I
to do.
get the link getting in here. Twisted Sync with the 2. Oh, wait. I had Scaleri. Oh, no, wait. I got Twisted Sync again with the 5. He goes, we're getting so much next year. Can't wait for Stellar Yams.
Ooh, man.
Woo-wee. Dude, that just came out of the blue. Sony's dropping games out of the blue, like Silent Hill 2, like Stellar Yam, like, dude, Stellar Blade. Like, come on, man. They're just
Man,
dropping
dude, they
exclusive games like
It's
as
you
like
know
a
what?
flipping a coin.
And you know what, Jez? What's killing me is, and I won't say killing me, but it just kind of shows you something is different. They have fucking timed exclusives that are good. Like Seafood, we know is going to be timed. Stray probably would be timed, but these games would not sell on Xbox. And people are already
Nope.
saying it. Oh, is Seafood coming to Game Pass? And Microsoft is like, no, not coming to Game Pass.
Yeah. Oh, that was
They
the
don't
first thing that
fucking-
came out.
They don't want to buy shit.
It won't
They don't
sell.
want
They don't want to buy
to, dude. They don't want to buy it.
They're not
They've
gonna.
conditioned their player base to not buy it. That's why when they say we got 30 million people that sub the Game Pass, that's your user base. Let's be real. That's your user base.
That's
Don't
it.
be
That's
mad.
all.
I
And
mean,
Phil said not all of
they-
them are going to subscribe anyway.
They do buy games, but it's just the games that aren't, like Call of Duty and Madden and NBA. They
Yeah,
buy
yes,
that
there
stuff,
you go.
but that's
There
it.
you go.
That's it. They're not buying
That's
anything else.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
They're not
Thank you.
buying anything else.
What's up, No Cap? How you doing,
Look
man?
at it. Look at the sales of what Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core was like.
Oh my
5%
God, I
on
saw
Xbox.
that one.
Horrible.
Oh God.
Horrible.
Oh,
And then
Jesus.
you know what
That's
their
the Holy
excuse
Spirit.
was? their excuse was like, oh, well, this was just box games. Xbox players don't buy physical games and all. They always got
Out
this.
of here.
Oh,
Out of here. Fuck
yeah. What is
out of
that one?
here.
I gotta,
Let's
I gotta
stop.
see
Let's
that
Which
stop
one.
with
where
that
Sony
bullshit.
Sony is almost 80% digital now. So that's no excuse. That excuse that they came up with is
That's
garbage.
not a good excuse. That's a bad excuse.
Where is that Crisis Core? I had that.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, I don't. I just when
You
I
know,
see people. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I go on Twitter and I see people just talking nonsense, I block them. And look, Kiss Move. I'm cool with Kiss Move, but I'm surprised I haven't blocked him yet because I just get sick and tired. I'm being serious. I get sick and tired of hearing the bullshit. Look, if we're talking about gaming as a whole, not just a console, just the gaming as a whole, what is Microsoft Xbox doing better to make gaming? Nothing.
Nothing.
Buying a whole
yo,
developer publisher is not making gaming better.
and
Yeah.
and
It's
and
not.
you know what? And you know what? Currently, Square Enix has no games announced for the Xbox for
Yes, I
2023.
saw that
Zero,
too.
Well, because
zero.
they want them. They already said why. They already said Microsoft said you can put these games in Game Pass, and that's how we'll get them. And Square told them no. That was already in the conversations. They want the games in Game Pass, and Square said no. So once Square says no,
Wow.
you may get these games and you may not. Microsoft, that was your decision. Microsoft, look, Microsoft, there's a lot of deals that Microsoft had that it could have really punished Sony. The Marvel deals, a lot of stuff.
Look
But
at
people aren't
this.
looking at that.
So even what's crazy is Crisis Core Reunion debuts at number 8 on the UK box charts, 82% PlayStation, 12 Nintendo Switch, and a balling 6% on an Xbox. And that's Xbox. Guess what? That's just the word Xbox. That's the Series S, the Series X. Remember, it's two consoles. Remember that. It's two
Xbox
consoles.
One, no, Xbox One because it's a last gen game too.
Oh, damn, that one too? Oh, it's a
Yeah.
last gen. Holy, that gets that's insane. Let me get these other ones. So we got True Witty with the 2. He goes, Jez, you were at the King Thrash Player Choice Awards. Yeah, I am. Vote for the Grindhouse. Thank you. Yes. True Witty with the 2. He comes in again. He goes, Xbox needs to go or do better. This isn't competing.
At this point,
it isn't
yes.
competing.
This become third party publisher. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Be better.
Another one.
That's right.
It would
They need
it would
to
not
stop.
make me. It would make me feel any kind of way if they become a publisher. That wouldn't bother me because at this
I
point,
don't know.
you're not doing anything for the industry to make the industry better. You buying up these big publisher developer doesn't make the industry better, And then these fucking people that want to fucking fanboy for a console instead of understand like what does this deal really do for you as a gamer, as gamers across the board? Oh, it's just about Xbox getting it. You fuck boys.
This was something that I wanted to talk about just before we wrap up this High on Life thing. So High on Life, Xbox did an article on their wire because they don't have anything to talk about. So controller cozies. And they said High on Life is Xbox Game Pass biggest 2022 launch. The biggest 22 launch. What else was there in 2022 Game Pass? Okay.
Nada.
So I guess it beat out PlayStation stuff. So then it was the biggest third-party Game Pass launch ever. Now, when you get into it, this statement shook. I was like, excuse me? So it says here, High on Life. Okay, right? Hear this line. The biggest single-player game launch on Game Pass ever.
That's disturbing.
Ever.
Does that not disturb me?
Biggest single. So does that mean it beat out Halo Infinite? Because only the single player of Halo Infinite was launched in Game Pass. The single player was launched in Game Pass. So is that better than Halo Infinite?
Damn.
Is that better? I guess better than Ground. Oh, Ground is multiplayer, but I guess you had what other single player ever single player game ever? So what is that counting Halo? Is it? Because that was the first thing I thought. I was like,
Oh,
wait, because
damn.
single player was Halo. Halo wasn't launched with co-op. Halo didn't have any multiplayer functionality at all in Game Pass. If you're talking about Game Pass, now remember, Halo was not one game; it was 2 games. Persona's another one. Josh asked, thanks. Persona's another one in Game Pass. High on Life beat out Persona and Halo because Halo multiplayer was its own app. That didn't require Game Pass at all, even for online.
Yep.
So this more people played High on Life than Halo campaign? I don't know. And I don't even know if this is a game you want to be pumping those stats for. This is what I don't understand. This game,
I don't get it.
like, why are you championing this game? Unless you're gonna buy staunch games and you really want to pump them up.
Exactly.
But I
That's
can't
what was
believe
gonna say.
the celebratory stuff for this game. Like, I know they're trying to PR Game Pass to go like, hey guys, High on Life, a shitty ass game, is doing great in our service. So if you think you have a shitty ass game out there, put it in our service.
You know, I think it's because the game
That's
works.
the message.
It doesn't look. The game works, right? It's playable. It works. So I think they're just in that
But it's
mindset,
not
like, well, it works. So,
it's
I
not
mean, listen.
it's not winning
When you're
awards.
starving, look, when you're starving, Jazz, saltine crackers delicious. You know what
Exactly.
yeah.
Water tastes like goddamn the best Mai Tai when you're dying of thirst. Water tastes like a goddamn pina colada, and you're dying. You're like, I can't drink anything. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Saltines taste like a goddamn friggin' a caviar. Get the hell out of here. But this is ridiculous. A whole goddamn article on this. Are you kidding me? Nonetheless, if they believe so much in this stupid ass game, there was no marketing, no advertisement, not even a friggin' trailer at the Game Awards to promote this game launching in Game Pass. That Colt Eastwood was asking for PR moves because there is no marketing for this game. But Microsoft, like, this game stealth dropped in the service. It just stealth dropped in the service. There was no more, but now all of a sudden they come around going, oh, this is the biggest game ever. No thanks to any PR or promotion shit from you. All you did was slap the new game during the holidays in the this beat Plague's Tale Requiem, which I would say Plague's Tale Requiem, even though it's a redo like of the first one, I would just say Plague's Tale Requiem is a much better polished, like, better game than this.
What you're basically saying, Jay, is a turd is a turd. Just because you polish it don't make it better.
Just because like a bunch of suckers downloaded it, not calling you a sucker, Frog. Shit, boy.
No.
I'm just saying, like, just because a bunch of people downloaded it because they saw a new shiny app, it doesn't make it a success.
Look, Jay, at the end of the day, I was like, oh shit, there's something new on Xbox. That's why I downloaded it. Let's be honest here. That's why I downloaded it. I was like, I haven't played shit on my Xbox all year. Holy shit, there's something here to play. Okay, let me download and try it out.
Like what Link said, man. They threw you a bunch of saltines.
Scorn was fucking...
Scorn! It beat out Scorn! It beat Scorn! Another single-player banger.
Simulated dick wall fucking game. Like beat fucking Scorn out. And my whole thing is like, anybody that played Scorn can tell you that game was not good. Not good.
Scorn. Nobody wants to play with dick alien nuts.
Oh, fucking dick in the box ass game.
Oh, Jesus. Geo knows gaming. He goes $2. He goes, Microsoft had nothing to do with development of High on Life. No, they had nothing to do with the game at all.
Didn't.
That was a Phil Spencer. He went over and he said, wait a second, I need something for Game Pass. And he went over and he was like,
it was smart. It was a smart move to get in there.
It smells like beans and crackers.
But Jazz, we know the game's coming to PlayStation. We already know it's coming to PlayStation.
Put it in my server.
So I don't get why people act like
let them
this is
celebrate
first party. I don't get it.
I
mean, it's a cool game, but come on, really?
Slow cap. Let them celebrate. This is, guess what? You want to write this Xbox Wire editor-in-chief? Look at this.
I don't know, man.
This guy, High on Life, is now out for the Series X and S and Windows, and is available as part of PC Game Pass and Xbox Game Pass. Dude. You want to celebrate this game?
Shit.
You guys celebrate this game enjoy, because the more you celebrate it, guess what? The more of this you're gonna get. So it better not be cap, because guess what? Yes,
We
Mom,
already know.
I do like the vegetables. They do taste good. Well, that's great, son. You like the vegetables? You're gonna get them every fucking day now. Oh shit! I shouldn't have capped for the vegetables. That's what you're doing. You're capping for this game. You're gonna get more of this shit. Enjoy. This is what Game Pass is. It's like, oh, even shit games do well. There you go. This is what you do.
Whatever your name is,
If
get
you
ready
like
for the
it,
big surprise.
like it, play it. But the cap to make this game show the success of the service that you're paying $180 for, get out of here, dude. Get out. Because that's got to go. That's got to go. Because that's the thing that drives me crazy. It's like this. Like, think about it. Link talking about saltines. You get a saltine, it tastes good. Are you going to go around now and be the saltine marketing expert going, saltines are better than anything in the world? Anything in the world. Fuck Ritz, all this other stuff. Saltines are the best. Just because you got a taste of a saltine, now you're going around being Mr. Saltine celebrating, because that's what they're doing. They got a little taste of a game that maybe, hey, it sucks, but we like it. Yeah, you're gonna get more of it. Enjoy. And guess what? You think this is gonna make polish? Do you think this is stuff going like? And then I saw somebody going, hear me out. Squanch Games make Conker. I remember people telling me. I remember people telling me that a Conker's, the reason why a Conker's Bad Fur Day is not out is because the market, the globe, is not ready for just a foul mouth game. Oh really?
Well, we got this. This game is pretty foul.
No shit.
When you're talking about
that, I'm trying to say that it's a bunch of horse shit.
It's pretty foul.
But what I'm trying to say is that it's a friggin' excuse to why Microsoft doesn't use their own IP. Why won't they make a Conker game? Oh, you can't make a Conker game in today's environment. That won't fly. No shit, you can. But the people make excuses for Microsoft not using their IP and saying like, oh, that. Meanwhile, they're playing around with a gun that wants to suck you off. That's what you're playing right now. That makes fuck jokes every single second.
Yeah, damn.
That's what you want to fucking play. The Conker, we can't get a Conker though. We can't get a Conker. Nobody's ready for that. But tell me about a gun to shoot balls out of his mouth. I don't know what the hell it's doing.
Oh shit!
God damn it! Okay, yeah.
Oh shit!
It's supposed to be a goddamn holiday show. Rewind that.
Oh no!
Goddamn! Put the kids back. The kids could come back in. Put the kids back in
now.
Bring the kids back in. Sorry about that. We'll stop. We'll stop.
Oh my god!
God damn! Put the kids back. Bring the kids back in here.
No. I don't know what's going on.
It just drives me crazy because I want to Conker so bad, and I remember bringing it up and on podcasts and just stuff, and they go, "No, man, they can't make a Conker. No, man, they can't make one. Not in today's environment. Not the PC, the politically, not the PC dudes, but the politically correct crowd. They can't do one." Yeah. But this game, it's like, oh, they write a stupid Xbox Wire has this on their website. So when the kids go to Xbox, they go, oh, who's this High on Life game that I could just download right now? They're really hyping it up on my favorite Xbox.com. It's not for the kids.
It's not for the kids.
So,
it's definitely not for the kids.
Yeah. Oh, smart move, PR Xbox. There you go.
You don't want a gun talking about globbing somebody and get globbed.
See,
and
I thought this is great. Now, Squanch Games, whatever the hell they do Conker, but they got to do Conker's Fur Day. It's not Rick and Morty voices. But yeah, but I saw that. I was like, definitely.
Rick and Morty voices and Fur Day?
No. So what I want to do is let's get to 100 likes, and then I'm going to play a blast from the past and prep us for the holiday surprise, and then we're going to get back into some Lost session here. But as we're waiting for the 100 likes here, hit the like button. I just wanted to just jump into the God of War stuff. So I've been going through God of War. We got to cool our tongues with all this stuff.
Yeah.
So God of War. I was talking about it, and I'm gonna say the way they did the story again. I don't know what it is, but the way they do this. Hold on a second. Frog, where are you with God of War? Hold on. I gotta do something.
I'm pretty far. With no spoilers. I'll just say I've played with a couple of characters, and yeah, I'm playing as somebody else that you have a chance to play within the game. I don't think that's a spoiler because I think we kind of know this by now. that you can play with other people than Kratos. So
You're my number
Wait,
one
wait. What we
customer.
talking about? God of War?
yeah, so I won't spoil it.
Okay.
So yeah, I won't spoil it.
I'm
So
sorry, Frog. I didn't hear y'all. My son came.
what I was saying is, I don't think it's a spoiler. I think people know
You
you
guys
can play
still
with other
haven't beat the
characters.
game?
You
No, I
play as
haven't
different.
beat it.
All right, no spoilers, but you do. If you didn't,
So
if you're gonna
you
give a
can play as other
Christmas,
characters.
what?
Yeah, you can play as other characters. But so
Yeah.
I'm playing as another character again. Let's just say that.
Mhm. Dude, what I'm gonna say is, without spoiling it, and without with the characters, the way, and again, they took a page out of what Naughty Dog did with Last of Us
Yeah.
2, with
Yep.
the whole Abby thing, and playing as both of them and tying their stories together and making you feel connected to each one. But then also when they come together, making it more impactful because you were controlling both of these players. And I felt the same thing in God of War for the thing. Like, I felt like you were playing as the one character, as Kratos. Everybody knows that. You play as the other one, and, I don't, again. But the fact is, when they come back together, it's different. There's because you're leveling up the other characters. They did the same thing in Last of Us 2. You've invested so long. It's not what game was it where you jump into that person and you just do a quick mission and go into that hole and come out. The fact that they make you get invested into the other characters that you're playing with makes it totally different when they come back together. And it's almost, and I felt like even when I played Last of Us 2, when Ellie and Abby got together, I felt almost like a Terminator 2 moment. Like, it was like, oh damn, like two huge, like they're facing off. It is like it's on. And the and there's not that hostility here, but the difference is the connection. You have an appreciation for the with Atreus and Kratos. Like, it is insane. Like, I hit that part and I was just like, and again, I don't know where it goes from here, but the fact is that when they connect, you see their relationship maturing throughout the game. And it's the same feeling I got when they did The Last of Us 2. Like, I felt like the evolution of the characters by controlling them. I think they do a great job with it.
So,
you
guys hear me?
Yeah, Link.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, man, I'm a little disappointed. They did announce today that New Game Plus was coming, but not until the spring. Early
that's
spring.
weird. Why
spring? No, spring.
Yeah, spring is when they're going to be adding New Game
Herman
Plus.
Holtz, there's no vacations, Herman Holtz. Get your splits together.
I don't get that. Why spring? I don't get that.
I don't know, man.
House,
I mean, they know this is, but at this point, when you're releasing a game, New Game Plus should be there day one because people are going to want to start over, and that's like a basic.
And photo mode,
right?
That's some bullshit right there.
So I don't understand why they're making us wait so long for this feature because I want to go back through the game again, but I don't want to start over without any ability. I don't want to start from scratch. So I think, I just don't get it with this whole New Game Plus coming, months and months later.
That's weird.
Yeah,
unless they're
really
gonna,
weird.
I'm not gonna.
I don't think they're doing DLC. I don't think.
How did they do the New Game Plus for Horizon?
So,
like,
it was months later. It was, so it won't be at least until March, which is about 5 months after the game launches. So I don't understand.
Why not release that crap day one?
Geo knows in the chat says that they might be adding more than New Game Plus, like new armor, new balances, and stuff.
Well, with the last game, they did add some other things you could get, some other currency you could use to upgrade your gear even further. So they don't do just a basic New Game Plus. There'll be new stuff added, probably new armor sets.
I want to
ways to. But,
I want to ask you guys something, because one thing that I find that is kind of annoying in God of War, one of the negatives of it, is I do not like the armor and crafting and leveling up system of that. I think it's very confusing to have the equipped, the craftables, and leveling up, trying all that in one screen. I think that it's kind of weird. It's like, well, what don't I have and what I need to do, and then crafting it. Like, I do think it's very cumbersome the way they've done the armor and the weapon, like attachments and all that other stuff. I think they should have made it a little bit more visual. They do have the visual on the side, but I just think the menu on the side, like, I don't know if you guys felt that way.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But it says like craftable, and then it's upgradable, and then you could attach it, and if you're wearing it, and then there's just so much. I just feel like the way they should have put like things that you could craft in a separate section and the stuff that you're equipping in one, because I don't like how they mixed up things with the craft that you could craft them I know it's quicker probably, but I wish they would separate those because I get confused as to what it is. But yeah, after a while you get used to it, and I kind of do the leveling, like with you could rank them, you could sort them, and everything like that, which I think that's good. So they kind of did that, but I just felt that was a little much,
Yeah.
with the
So Forbidden West came out in I think February. New Game Plus came out in June. So that's about 4 months. About 4 months after the game launched. So
the puzzles drive you crazy. Jay's Wade said that.
the
Jay's
puzzle
Wad,
was so damn easy. Those puzzles are easy as hell. They
No, the
Yeah,
puzzles
they're
are
so
hard.
easy, and I
People
try
over.
to do them. Now I create my own mini game. I try to do them before they give me the hint.
Yeah,
I'm like,
because they're
shut
gonna give
up.
you the
Yeah.
hint within a couple minutes. So I don't.
Yeah, they give the hint real
people
quick.
complaining
Dude.
about. People have never played adventure games all these games have puzzles, and there are games that have way more difficult puzzles than this game. This game has easy puzzles.
Shut up, boy. Exactly. I'm trying to get through it. I'm like, no, Aegis, let me figure it out. He's like, you can shoot your arrows over there. I'm like, shut up. Like, I'm trying to do it before he says some shit. Like, they should
that's
they
what
should
I'm trying
do
to
it
because
like,
he's already telling me, like, I'm like, damn, don't tell me, man.
yeah.
Like, just let me get
He's
through
like,
it.
you could just shoot my arrow over there. I'm like, yo, dude, I want to figure it out. Like they should, and maybe they'll slow it down in the New Game Plus. Like you could adjust that thing. But like I know in Uncharted they do that sometimes. But after a while, it's like it asks you if you want a hint, and then you could select it. So like I felt like they should do something a little bit more like ask for a hint or something like that.
Yeah,
But,
give
like,
you a button prompt. Give you a button prompt to get stuck.
because
so yeah,
they're
they
just
can help you.
dude, they're just like spoiling shit so quick. He's like, you can shoot my
They
arrows.
don't
Like,
really they don't give you a chance to really solve the puzzle.
But shut up.
If you sit there for a while, they're telling you what to do.
Yeah. He's like, maybe
Yeah.
from a different angle. I'm like, dude, let me figure it out.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, it was,
I think
New Game
I think they made this game pretty accessible.
yeah.
I think the thing that really, to me, makes this game, to me, makes it really good is just, it once again, the first game showed Kratos differently. This game is showing a whole different side of Kratos again.
Yes.
Which I kind of like that. I kind of like that. And I kind of like that, it's not, they're choosing a different approach. And I think that's pretty cool. I think that's, that's something that, we get regardless of what people, if you know the franchise, like, this is definitely something that we needed,
Oh my
it
God.
gives Kratos a whole different approach.
Whole different approach.
I
dude.
really like it.
I think I even saw Kratos crack a friggin' smile in the goddamn game. And I'm like, holy crap. I couldn't screenshot it fast enough.
Yeah. I mean,
he smiled. I'm
Kratos
like,
is
wait, I'm like, he
definitely-
only smiles with, oh, sorry, Link. I'm like,
Go ahead.
yeah, like, what are you saying?
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, he only smiles when you do like the photo mode and you just make his face do reactions.
Yeah, he smirks a couple times. He still doesn't say a whole lot, doesn't have a lot to say, but whenever characters are talking to him, he still kind of grunts and stuff. But
yeah,
you definitely see Kratos open up a little bit more with these characters that now he considers these guys kind of like his friends. So yeah. So yeah, man, the game, from start to finish was a ride that is it's an exceptional game. I guess I'm just gonna have to start the game over. I'm not waiting until March or April to get the New Game Plus because I want to play the game again.
Now, are there going to be trophies attached to it, you think, or like kind of like Horizon? Or no?
I don't think they did trophies with the last God of War. I don't think they added any new trophies.
So it's what it is. It's just like if you want to challenge, just to say I did it.
It'll probably have, with their New Game Plus, they give you a New Game Plus option for the difficulty to make it a little harder.
Man, I started playing on Give Me God of War, the first game, and I started playing. I was like, damn, this game is hard. And then I realized as I started playing, I was like, well, there's no trophies connected to this. But I was so deep into the game, I was like, well, fuck it, I might as well just do it now. And
I love
you don't really, outside of an armor, you don't really get much. And I was like, damn, I kind of wish I didn't do it. I kind of wish I didn't do New Game Plus. I mean, God of War.
I'm glad I saved a lot of the side stuff for after I beat the game.
That's
because
my plan.
That's what everybody keeps saying. Everybody keeps
really
saying
hard. There's some. I got the platinum, so there's some stuff that's really, really difficult.
Oh man, yeah.
Everybody said just beat the main game and just play through the side stuff later. Everybody that I've talked to said that.
Yeah.
They're like, just play. They're like, don't try to just do the side stuff immediately. Just play through the game.
Because your weapons are not powerful enough to handle them.
there's some boss fights. There's some secret boss fights too that
Yes.
you probably are gonna encounter. But there's some boss fights that are way harder than anything in the main story for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I
I'm
love
kind
my
of one of
photo
the people
mode.
like I do side stuff. I do all the side
Frog
missions
does all
first,
the
then I
side
go
stuff,
to the main
then
game.
yeah, because he was doing that with
I'm
Horizon.
not gonna lie. I kind of BG it. I kind
You
of
and
like
you
to.
annoying me. I remember with Horizon. I'm like, Frog,
Yeah,
I'm in this part. He's like, Joe, I didn't get there yet. I'm doing all the side quests in this
yeah.
area. I'm
I'm
like,
that
Frog.
guy. Like I play like BG. I'm like I'm going in there leveling up. I'm over leveled, and everybody's like, wait, how are you this level when you just work this boss? And I decimate the boss, and they're like, damn, dude, why don't you just?
You did that
I'm
in
like, I don't
Demons.
know.
Wait, what game were you
I
doing? In
did that.
Demon Souls, or were you
I
doing
did
that
that in
in
Demon Souls, yeah, and I
No,
freaking
what game
destroyed
was it?
everything.
What game?
No, it was another game.
No,
Elden
it's
Ring,
an
I did
open
the
world
same
game.
thing.
What the hell
Oh,
was it?
Elden Ring.
Elden
I
Ring.
was
That's what
overpowered.
you're doing, yeah.
I was
You're
so
overpowered.
overpowered in Elden Ring. I go in there and hit the bosses a couple of times, they die. And people are like, damn, why are you so overpowered? I'm like, because I did all these dungeons on the side, did all the side shit, and then went for the main game. That's why I'm so overpowered. So like when I hear people get pissed like BG farms, I'm like, okay, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like farm. You know, like I don't have a problem with people farming. I think you're
You play
smart
the
to
game the way
farm.
you want to play. You know.
Yeah, I think you're smart to farm. I don't think there's anything wrong with farming. Like, what's wrong with that? It's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with farming a little bit.
Nah, you can farm a
No.
little bit.
Yeah.
You know, a game like Sekiro, what I loved about that game was that you had to master the mechanics. You couldn't farm and
Yes.
just level
Oh,
up.
yeah. You
And
couldn't farm in that
you
game.
had
You try to farm in
no,
that game, you just get your ass whooped.
yeah,
That was a
the
game
level
that, like,
system.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
that
just get
game was.
whooped.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That game is brutal. I still haven't beat
hmm
that game.
So you guys both played that High Life game. Did you play it, Jizz?
Yeah,
No, I
I
didn't
played
play
it.
it.
I don't think Jeff
My
played it.
Game Pass subscription ended.
I don't have Game Pass. I will never be subscribing to it
I'm not
again.
paying
No,
$6 for
my
that
Game
game.
Pass,
And it,
had I had a month on
But
there, and like I said, I had played nothing all year, and I was like, when it goes down, I'm not redoing it, and I was like, wait, let me see if I still got Game Pass. Well, I didn't have Game Pass. My wife's profile had Game Pass, so I just used my wife's profile, and that's how I ended up playing it. And I was like, shit, if she didn't have Game Pass, I probably would have never played it because I wasn't interested to, be like, oh man, I gotta buy this like day one. Like nothing's
yeah.
come out all year, and now you
I
want
don't
me
even
to.
have. Listen, I even let my gold subscription lapse. I don't even have
Yeah,
that
mine do
because I
too.
have
Yeah,
no.
same here.
I don't play anything on the Xbox. So
Yeah.
like,
And it's free to play for
what?
gold stuff anyway.
Yep.
Well, yeah, but I don't even want to play.
No, I'm saying
I
like,
don't know, man.
but
That,
like I played the Accounting Plus like from the same people, like the kind of like the Rick and Morty type thing, and at first it was pretty fun. It was in VR, that game, and at first that kind of humor is funny and stuff, but then after a while it just gets like
It
just
gets
gets
stale.
annoying.
Yeah, it gets
It
stale.
gets stale. Like at first you're like, oh, that's funny. They they're making fun of themselves. Like the guy's just cursing and it's some weird thing, and you're just like, why is that thing just cursing like in the corner? I was like, it's like okay, and then it just becomes a thing, and you get kind of like numb to it, and then after a while,
Right.
it's like, and that's
I
why.
just don't
And
know.
if that's
That
what's keeping
gameplay
that
don't
game
look good.
afloat, oh, sorry, what'd you say?
That gameplay, the shooting don't really
Oh
look that. I
yeah,
mean, it
and
doesn't look that
It's not the
great.
best shooting mechanics at all.
mm.
By no means am I going to sit here and say it's a great shooter.
And I'm
It's
not
not.
eager to try it. My whole thing is like looking at the reviews. Why are there only 23 people reviewing these games?
We
Like,
we know
why?
why.
I know, but like
It's to
my,
make it
my
look
thing is
better.
just why are there? Why
Well,
does it seem to be a very targeted group? And even the targeted group
they
didn't work
didn't.
out for them because the game is 65.
They didn't say. Okay, this is their strategy with these type of games, right? So they don't send the review codes out to the big sites. They send it to these little small sites and small channels, right? That they think they're gonna get
Hmm.
favorable reviews. And then what happens is these big channels want to be right there with their reviews before launch, right? But they don't get the code. So what is their real incentive to review the game after launch? Like it's like what I mean, the buzz
Oh,
behind the game is over at that point. So I mean, you'll have some bigger sites they'll review it after launch, but you're not going to see a lot of reviews, and that's what they're trying to do.
yeah.
And um, so it didn't work for this game. I don't give a shit about Metacritic, but it didn't look like it fared very well according to Metacritic. But
No, it didn't.
it's their way of yeah. I mean, how many of these big sites are going to review a game after the fact? They're not going to have a lot
And
of traffic for
especially,
that review.
and people are getting
Yeah.
it anyway. It's like, hey, you have it in Game Pass, so you can review it yourself. Like, We don't need to review. I don't know if that's a mentality because that's not a good flow there. But Twisted Sync with the 5, he goes, watch them. Oh, when we're talking about them championing this game, and that's the thing is champions this game. It's like, okay, watch them champion Wo Long for Game Pass. Then Rise of the Ronin comes out in 24, and they will cry for it to come to Game Pass. Dude, they're already crying for Sifu to come to Game Pass. As soon as it was announced, the things were like, is Sifu coming to Game Pass?
Yeah, as soon as they announced that, they were like, "Oh, Sifu coming to Game Pass."
No.
If it's not, I'm not buying it.
And
I was like, "Yeah."
This is the issue I have with reviewers reviewing the game and saying, okay, it's a good Game Pass title. The problem is that game is also available at a retail price.
Yeah, $60
So,
reviewed as that.
fine.
It's a $60 game, so everybody doesn't have Game Pass. So stop reviewing these games at a curve based on the fact that they may or may not be available in the service, unless that's the only place you can play it. And that's not the only place you can get this game. So
Well,
you need
that's
to
what
give it
Microsoft.
an actual review.
Yep.
But like that's what Microsoft wants these guys to believe. This is the only place you can. This is the only way to play this game is in Game Pass. That's why I said, this Call of Duty situation goes through. They want you to believe the only way you can play Call of Duty, because they're going to put it in Game Pass. The only way you can play it really is Game Pass. And I would be crazy to think that they may even say, "Hey, you can't no longer buy this game. The only way you can get it in Game Pass." They want those.
No, they
numbers to go
wouldn't.
so
They
bad.
wouldn't.
I don't think.
They definitely
I don't
wouldn't do
think
that.
they would do that.
Yeah.
But we don't know what they would do because
They don't have enough subscribers on there to even think about doing something like this. Billions of dollars just throwing it out the window. That would make no sense.
Dude, you know that statement
they're
about
doing
the
that
third
right now. They're throwing
party,
billions of dollars out
the
there.
third party
Yeah.
largest launch ever. Some guy listed here. He goes, "This Plague's Tale, Hitman Trilogy, Death's Door, Persona 5." That's crazy. Like that beat and Vampire Survivor. He says this dog shit and Vampire Survivors are the ones breaking records. 12 teraflops. Oh, remember that? Oh, Jesus.
All dog shit.
Now we're talking about this stuff. But you know what? We have the 100 likes. I want to play again. What do you say, Link?
Nah, man, I was just saying, man, this mentality, this Game Pass subscription mentality is the reason why you're seeing a lot of these third-party games starting to skip that platform.
Yep. They're not seeing the
And then
sales
when
on
people
Xbox.
say-
They're like,
And then
put
when
it
you
on
see somebody
PlayStation.
say, "I don't understand why it's not on Xbox." Well, because you guys won't support and buy these games. The only way you'll play it is if it comes in Game Pass. And let's be clear, it's not that it shouldn't come in Game Pass. It's like these developers are like, we want to make money. Like we just don't want to sit here and like not make money. We want to be able to make our money. Game Pass. Look, Square. There was a conversation that Square said Microsoft could have got. I think it was one of the Final Fantasy. I want to say it's 7 remake, but what they wanted to do is pay put it in Game Pass. And I think the conversation basically went like this. Okay, whatever it sells on the competitor system, you have to match that. So if it sells 15 million copies, you got to pay for that 15 million copies that we put in game. And Microsoft said, fuck no. And I was like, well, yeah, that would make sense for Microsoft because they know it's not going to, 15 million people are not going to play this game. So they just, we're not going to. So that's why I think a lot of these games are not coming.
Right.
And I'm not mad. You can't be mad. You cannot be mad if you have an Xbox and you subscribe to Game Pass. That's the only way you play games. Don't expect for some of these big budget AAA games to come to that service. It doesn't make sense.
Well,
not.
I want to say, like,
about
talking about again.
Think about it from Microsoft's perspective. Look at the top 15 games on Xbox. It's these games like JRPGs
It's a
and
totally
stuff like
different
that,
thing,
right?
yeah.
They don't buy those games. They don't play them.
Nope.
So even when they had all those Final Fantasy games in Game Pass, nobody's playing it. So it's like, why is Microsoft going to spend millions of dollars to make a deal to get a? Why would they spend millions of dollars to make a deal to get a game in a service that's not going to add subscribers and people aren't going to play on that platform? It doesn't make sense for them to make that type of deal. It doesn't make sense for Square Enix to put the game on there because nobody's going to play it or buy it. Yep. So it's like, it's a no-brainer. We'll just skip this platform. It's just a waste of time. Because it costs money to port these games. It ain't cheap.
Yeah.
Now,
but
I hear something that. Well, what's the? I hear. What do you hear? Oh my goodness! It's that time of year. We hit the 100 likes. Guess what? I got something special for everybody. We got a blast from the past, and then kind of leading up to something new. So, if you guys, you're probably not gonna be able to hear it on here, but if you remember We have a whole bunch of new subscribers and new things going on. So I don't know if they heard this, but this is a good segue into the 12 teraflop talk. And then we're going to wrap it up with what they're really
12
hyping up
teraflops
now.
for Christmas.
12? Oh, no. We're going to go back. A
Oh,
classic
God.
from 2 years ago.
Oh,
And if you listen here closely, it may hint as to what we might have tonight. But here we go. It is a classic from the past. Please sit by the fire. Here it is. A wonderful story of was the night before Series X. When 12 teraflops
lined up. Here we go.
were the big deal.
And everybody's going to want to timestamp this. Okay?
Oh, man, there he is.
Okay,
Grindhouse
let's
of the
do
old.
this. Arnold, are you ready? Good evening. Good evening. Series X. And
Oh, where is it? Get ready.
long forgotten tale of the release.
There it
The
is.
next generation. Next generation is here. We're on the eve of the release of the Series X. So with that, I would like to read a tale. A long forgotten tale that has been brought back for this very moment. So grab a cup of hot cocoa, sit around the fireplace, grab a bag of marshmallows, kumbaya, as we embark upon this wonderful little tale. Tid was the night before Xbox Series X, and all through the house, no one even cared, not even the mouse. Game Pass cards were hung by the chimney with care, with hopes that by next Christmas, more quality first-party games will soon be there. The children were all nestled, all snug in their beds, with visions of next-generation console lineups dancing in their heads. I, in my new Xbox onesie, and seeing those on Twitter to cap, took a long look at the launch lineup and decided it was better to nap. When on the roof, I rose such a clatter. I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away from my OLED, I flew like the Flash, tore open the shutter, and threw up the sash. The moon, on the breath of a new fallen snow, yielded a hue of green on the objects below. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but an executive in a Battletoad shirt and 8 green reindeer. With his corporate finesse, cheap gaming interviews, and console exclusives nil, I knew in a moment it was Dollar Bill Phil. More rapid lies and
You just made the
strokes of
list!
finesse. He was happy what he didn't show you, and said he tried his best. He yelled, now Greenberg, now Howard, now Major and Booty, on velocity architecture, on smart delivery, just to be snooty. To the top of power, to the bottom of the gaming bin. Show me the next passion project. To Game Pass, it will soon be in. He dressed all in green from head to his foot, and his Xbox merchandise was all covered in black soot. A bundle of Game Pass codes he had in his bag to give instead of coal to those who are bad. His eyes, how they twinkled when he saw all the names of those who pre-ordered a Series X without any games. Santa spoke not a word, but Phil just couldn't shut up one bit. All the interviews he did for 2 years, and it still didn't mean shit. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head, he said he had no games to put under the tree, and I should wait instead. He nestled the 1X under the tree. I asked myself, where is the Series X I do not see? He was really late, and I was not amused. He then did a big jolly laugh and said out loud, "What stupid console names, and even I get confused." Once the Game Pass codes and Series X were put in place, Phil made a quick dash for the fireplace. He sprang up to his sleigh, to his team with a nod. Craig turned around, along with Booty and Todd. I was shocked at the lack of new games under my tree. But then I realized my PS5 pre-order was coming in days. Actually 3. Still talking and doing interviews with no new next-gen first-party games in sight. He then yells from my roof, "Just wait till E3 and enjoy all your old games tonight."
That was a wonderful story. It was the night before. Whoa, who's this? This is myself talking. It was the night before the Series X. And that was story time for everybody there. But, we're going to talk about one more topic, and stay tuned because there is going to be a new story this evening for all the special grinders tonight. So you'll be here to hear it live. So before we get into the final holiday special, hopefully everybody liked that one. That was when Series X was the big thing, and the boxing was incredible, the 12 teraflops and all that other stuff. Wonderfulness over there. Welcome, Alfonso Carter, VIP Grinder. Congratulations. Thank you again for being a VIP. Thank you for all your support. Wait to E3. Yes, we got it. So one thing I want to talk about with the guys here is, we talked about the cozies. We did about this. Grindhouse law in session. One last thing that I saw come out with the stupid Activision deal and all this other stuff after we got our holiday jitters on. Now we're going to be doing this. So apparently they set out a bunch of questions, Grindhouse law, and basically they're asking everybody, what do you think about this? And apparently there's a bunch of emails. Guys, did you see this? Like a bunch of emails that went out and they were asking, and like 3/4 are for the Activision deal and 1/4 isn't. This whole exclusivity, and again, it's going along with Call of Duty. It's a 91-page questionnaire that got sent out, and Post Up Law actually put this up here. Shout out to Post Up Law. He is the one that's covering all this. He is our resident Twitter Xbox lawyer. Next to Hose Law, he's the other one, but he's the Ho Train Law. But we got and then we got Grindhouse Law, the People's Law. Here we go, the People's Law. So the questionnaire asks how important this is for consoles to offer a full catalog of the most popular games in order to compete. Do they need to have a catalog across multiple genres or even catalog of shooters? More broadly, does Microsoft compete mostly closely with Sony and Nintendo, or both? Which of the two competes most closely with Microsoft's Xbox in the distribution of console games? It's so funny because remember before this, Xbox wasn't competing with Nintendo and Sony, and now this is the primary portion of this deal is how they are going to compete with them.
Wow.
And they're like, no, it's Amazon and Google. Well, guess what? Google dropping out of cloud doesn't make a good thing for Microsoft to compete. Amazon being face down, ass up with Luna doesn't help at all with this stuff. Right. And really, it's such a farce that they came out and said, well, Nintendo and Sony are not really our competition. And he was referring more to the Azure cloud stuff. But you see, this whole deal is targeted directly into what they're going to do with these games. And here, I'll give you guys another question here. In the latest questionnaire, the commission asked game publishers about their distribution agreements with consoles and the advantages or disadvantages of making a blockbuster game exclusive to a certain console. If a large portion of PlayStation users switch to another console, would this change the developer's incentive to make games for PlayStation? How many users will have to switch for a developer to no longer have incentive to make PlayStation games? These are the questions that they're asking. Honestly, I think in my opinion on it, dude, I think Xbox has dug a hole deeper than 6 feet that I don't think anything they can do really is going to make them even shine Nintendo or Sony shoes, really, honestly. Like, I don't think so. I think in order for Microsoft to be successful in this bed that they made, they need to go through Nintendo and Sony. They need Microsoft, hear this, and quote me on this one. Microsoft needs Sony and Nintendo more than they need Microsoft. Microsoft needs Nintendo and Sony more. They need their install bases. They need to reach their market. Microsoft needs them because Microsoft has just shriveled up basically anything that they got. They're becoming a virus. They are becoming basically dependent on their competitors to make them successful. That's what Microsoft has turned into because, hell, they can't even shine anybody's shoes. They need Google and Apple in order to reach the mobile market. They need Nintendo and Sony in order to reach the console market. They need Steam to reach their PC market. They're not, and Steam is relying on Windows, so they got a little bit of say in that. But they need Steam because their own Windows store sucks. So they couldn't release a store worth a damn like Epic did or anything like that even garnered any interest. The Windows store is just trash. It's a goddamn cesspool of goddamn lonely apps and some Xbox games that will work and tied into your Game Pass. But Microsoft needs Google and Amazon. Microsoft needs Apple. Microsoft needs Sony. Microsoft needs Nintendo. They need those markets in order to be successful in their model.
I agree. Would you say they're becoming that thing on Phil Spencer's lip?
Exactly. The E3 herpes you got. The E3 herpes.
Yeah.
Kissing all those asses.
I just don't get it, man.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
They need that. You want to reach 2 billion people. Well, guess what, Phil? You're not reaching them natively 2 billion. You're not reaching them with your Microsoft only approach. You can't.
Nope. You can't.
You got to go through your competition. You need your competition to make you successful. And guess what happens as the viruses? Guess what happened to COVID? Guess what happened to the viruses? They get smoked out. Because guess what? You become a master of many, and maybe not even a master of many, but you become just a smoke and expendable. And that's why they're buying this stuff, because they want that back end bullshit. They want Netflix to run off of Azure cloud. They want Activision's games to run off their cloud, not Google services. You know, what's hilarious is that that Microsoft signed a deal for the NFL to use the shit ass Surface tablets that Tom Brady breaks over his knees every week. But Amazon Web Services is the one that does the player stats and the predictability. And Amazon got that the cloud kind of thing with the whole like velocity of the ball and all that other stuff. So it's pretty interesting that Microsoft signed this deal with the NFL, but it was only to use Surface tablets. And they want that cloud because that's all that Mr. Stutter and Satya cares about. That's it. He says it right here. He can't even say it clear enough.
And so everything that we're doing with our content, with our and so everything that we're doing with our content, with our our cloud, and
yeah, he can't even say it more confident. But what's crazy is that the CMAs, these documents here, are all going after Microsoft for a gaming console versus a gaming console. And that's where Microsoft is trying to be like, we don't care about that. We will put the game on all this other stuff. The problem is that everything they have done with Bethesda, everything they have done with their studios that they purchased, Hellblade, Ninja Theory, next game exclusive, Compulsion Games, next game exclusive, Obsidian, Outer Worlds 2, exclusive, Grounded, exclusive, Bleeding Ass, exclusive. They made their games exclusive after they bought the company. So now telling us that Call of Duty is going to stay whatever you want, you know, and I think the problem is too is that they focus on Call of Duty. What about Activision's other games? You know, what about like all the Crash Bandicoots and all that other stuff? Like, what are they doing this with all IP, or they're going to do this only with Call of Duty? Because I can see Microsoft going, yeah, 10 years for Call of Duty, but guess what? We're going to go make another. You know, we're going to get now Overwatch and this and that, and you know, and all those are going to be exclusive. They don't even know. I don't even think they know. They just want this deal to go through because now they're in bed with it. But any opinions on like this whole Activision thing? Like, I just think it's
I got one.
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's up?
What's up, Jess?
Yo,
Chilling, man. How y'all doing? What's up,
what's up,
Frogs?
Thrash? How you doing, man?
What's up? What's up, man?
What's that, Lee? Anyway, how y'all doing?
We're doing good, man. We're doing good. What do you think about this questionnaire?
Well, you know me, man. I always like to lay everything down and then look at it from afar. You know what I mean? Like I want to see everything laid out, man. And I think, like I said, Phil Spencer's probably gonna get fired because he kind of he ruined everything. But like look at it like this, like you said earlier, Phil Spencer said that they're not competing with PlayStation and Nintendo; they're competing with Google and Amazon, right?
Yeah.
So that automatically hurts their case when they say they want to compete with PlayStation. That they already have, like, not only written proof, video proof of these people saying that they're not trying to compete with PlayStation and Nintendo, right?
Yep.
Then on top of that, now they're on camera saying that they need exclusives to compete, right? But then this deal is based on not making something exclusive. So, I mean, like that's the whole problem. Like if they make things exclusive, then it's going to be a problem. But they're talking about exclusive. So
you're right, Thrash.
You said what?
That makes total sense.
So you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Everything that they said, everything that they've done, has been opposite to what they've like. This is so jumbled that they have no answers. That's proof that they have no answers. Because in one hand they're saying that they need exclusives to compete, in the other hand they're saying they're not going to make it exclusive. So you're already not being consistent on what you're saying. You can go out and say I'm giving a 10-year proposal or a 10-year commitment to Nintendo and Steam. You were already going to be on Steam, and you already mentioned that you were going to put your games on Nintendo. So that's not something new. The problem is that they are already making deals with a company they don't own, and they are inconsistent on the public statements they've made about not only this deal, but where their position is in gaming, period. And now there's a rumor of them talking about getting Netflix too. So it's like they're not just attacking
That's bad. That's
Sony.
bad.
It's a cloud. This is a cloud attack. They want to make cloud big and make cloud dependable and be the owners of everything in cloud. That's why this Call of Duty deal is important because the Call of Duty on cell phones run on Google Clouds, and they want to take over that and put it on Azure Cloud, whatever. So it's not just an attack on gaming as we know it, as far as consoles, but it's an attack on the inner workings of how gaming is distributed.
It's bigger. It's
the
bigger
backlot.
than just gaming.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem.
Because
So
I was saying
think
we
that
were talking about the Netflix rumor, right? And the first thing I looked up was what cloud does Netflix use? What servers use? And they use Amazon Web Services.
Yeah.
So there you go. I could see them buying
So
it.
they are trying to do everything from the underground. They already did it with GitHub and shit like that.
And
too,
Minecraft. They did it with Minecraft.
Yeah, they have a new service called you know how they had ID at Xbox. Now they're gonna nullify ID at Xbox and call it ID at Azure.
Azure, yeah.
to
And they
where
did it
now
with Minecraft
you
too.
can put it on
They
any
switched them.
console. Yeah. So it's like they're trying to monopolize the market in a way that people not understanding. People think it's like, oh, they're just buying everybody and they're going to monopolize. And no.
They don't care
They're
about the end product.
monopolizing the inner workings of gaming. They're going to have their hands in every single game made ever if they are able to do this, and people not understanding.
They want to make more with less. They don't want to be making all this stuff. That's why you got to think, what is the longevity of these Xbox studios? Like, I think that they're just a front right now, and because we haven't received anything released by them, who knows? They may be a front. If I think 5 years from now, they might just consolidate them and start shutting them down.
Yeah.
Like, I just think they're a front, just a placeholder to make it look like they give a shit about gaming. And I think on the back end, as soon as that green light passes for this cloud stuff, and they got a hand in everything, and that cloud is making the money on the back end, and it's the Minecraft blown up. It's the Minecraft. It's like hey, this thing was
Yeah.
on everything, and we just sat back and that just pumped money into our
Just pump
company.
money.
We didn't have to make development. We didn't have to hire people. Like, even look at their
No.
development of Halo, dude. They were bringing
You
in
know what it is, Jazz?
contractors. They didn't want to
You know what it is,
invest.
Jazz? It's zero risk is what it is.
Exactly.
They want to be
Goal
under
reward.
everything. They want everybody to use their services, their streaming, their Azure. There's no risk for Microsoft.
Nope.
The people making the games are the ones that's at risk. They're automatically
Yep.
getting paid just from the games being made. And
Yeah.
then the people that they are buying are low risk, like getting Call of Duty. It's low risk on making money. Getting World of Warcraft, you already know that company is making money.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2 is gonna pump money for them. Just sit
Yeah,
there.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, Modern Warfare. Oh, not Modern Warfare.
Right.
Friggin' Warzone. Warzone 2. Just
Yeah.
sit there and be boop, just pump money.
Yeah, and call it a day. I mean, people think
Yep.
it's the same Game Pass. I think Game Pass is either a hit or a miss for them right now.
Yeah.
They had all their eggs in the Game Pass basket. As you can see, they have really sat back and let Game Pass just low key die a slow death.
Yep.
Game Pass
This
used to
year.
be way better than what it used to be.
Yep.
Way better than what it used to be. And same thing with Games with Gold. I'm surprised they still even have that. So it's no longer about these services because they're not really making money on these services. So they're trying to find a way to dig their own niche to grab everything. And I think that's what the whole case is with Microsoft. They want to be just like Windows. They want
Yep.
the gaming world to be just like Windows. Almost every PC has a Windows.
Yeah,
OS.
no.
HP
You know?
and who makes all the hardware? They make their little Surface and say,
Exactly.
"Look at us." And who makes all HP,
Yeah,
Asus?
who's taking all the risk?
Yeah.
You know, Windows not even for sale no more. It's a fucking subscription now. You know what I
Yep,
mean? So it's like
exactly.
that it's no longer a risk. So they're just trying to, be on everybody else's hardware. You spend billions and billions in making, devices
Yeah,
or whatever.
research
You're
and
not doing it no more.
development. Yeah, you want to make 2 screens, 2 touch screens, a laptop with 2 screens? Yeah, do whatever you want.
Look,
Well,
we're not even
good.
going to compete with you. We'll help you sell it.
Yeah,
That's what they're telling you. We'll help you sell it.
don't make
you
a
know?
touch screen that's like 3 touch screen laptop. Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's your research and development. It's not us. We just make the software
Yeah.
that's on it.
Yeah, I say this last thing. So I know y'all probably want to say something. I'll say this last thing, man. If you worried about, if you don't understand how it's a monopoly and you don't understand what's really going on, it's like in gaming, they are a failure, and that's not no console war stuff. It's just at the end of the day, it's a failure. Everything that they've done, every risk that they've taken, they have failed at it. The 360 was their best bet, and they got rare rings of death. You know what I mean? So it's like every time something happens, something bad happens, right? You got to look at it from more than just gaming, though. With this deal is just a cog in a gigantic machine that they're trying to build, and they already have a lot of parts for those machines. For that machine, and that's what really is people are trying to are mad at. People who are inside are mad at and don't want is that they don't want Microsoft to hold. Once they bought GitHub, everybody raised their eyebrows on what Microsoft was doing because they bought GitHub on a low.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And almost every
most
developer
people didn't
needs
know
that.
about it.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, and that started raising eyebrows, and they bought Bethesda. And people not understanding that's all about the service games is why they bought them. The Fallout 76 is the Skyrim online, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna come out with more online type games. It's gonna get to the point to where you got to understand it's not just gaming that they're fucking with. They're fucking with everything in entertainment. They're fucking with, and if they try to get Netflix, that should automatically let you know where they're going. They are still competing with Amazon and Google, just not in gaming. You know what I'm saying? They just using Xbox as a cover, and it's just they're pretending that they're talking about gaming when they're talking about going against those two. Nah, they're talking about those two and shit that makes way more money than an Xbox ever would. Xbox has lost their money for 20 years. They are ready to get rid of it. In fact, Xbox is holding Game Pass back because if Xbox wasn't there, people will be more open to having Game Pass on their devices or having Xbox games on their devices. It wouldn't even be a problem. It probably wouldn't even be a problem with the FTC right now or worry if Xbox didn't exist and they were trying to buy Activision because it would automatically be going to PlayStation. You know what I mean? Like because they own an Xbox, this one thing that they're losing money on is the thing that's stopping them from doing the thing that they want to do. They're going to have to get rid of the Xbox, and they're going to have to get rid of Phil Spencer because he has talked too much
Talked himself
to the
into a
point to where
corner.
now you don't hear from him no more because you hear that lawyer now, you hear that the president of Microsoft, you hear You hear his bosses talking
Yeah.
more than him now. And if your boss got to do your job, you might be out of a job, dog. I'm just saying. It just is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's. I think like this definitely wasn't what they. Yeah, I think they thought this was going to go through a lot easier than so. Also, too, you can see even when Phil does his interviews and stuff, he definitely seems a little defeated when he sees like even the statements he was making about Sony. How they were kind of pushing that stuff back. He's like, well, I just don't understand. Like, I'm gonna put it on there, And now Aaron's stepping out of the line. Now he's saying the first PSVR flopped. Dude, you're bullshit. That thing sold 5 million. Okay, as an accessory.
Better than any VR headset.
Exactly, Aaron. Now you could go take a fucking walk.
The
Now
VR
you can go take a walk.
The VR headset sold more than Gears 4 and 5 combined.
Exactly, Aaron. Nobody's asking for VR. Get the dude. You're getting at the fucking clown music now. Now we got fucking clowns here, traveling circus.
Yeah, stupid, real stupid.
Yeah, just because Xbox lied to you and talked about high fidelity VR and then basically said nobody wants it just because you're sucking his dick. No, that doesn't work. He lied to your ass, okay? And Xbox, trust me, they're selling fucking cozies for your fucking controllers, bitch. Who asked for that shit, bitch? Who asked for fucking dick and ball warmers on your fucking controller? Anybody ask for that shit?
You want to know how?
Fuck the holiday special.
You want to know how it's not a flop? I'll tell you how a key way to know that it's not a flop. All right. PSVR came out in the middle of the generation last generation, and they already have a PSVR 2, right? Coming out this year or next year. Where's Rise? Where's Killer Instinct?
Yeah, who asked for this shit?
Where if what really flopped? Things don't flop if they get a sequel. Rise flopped, so it didn't get a sequel. Killer Instinct flopped, so it didn't get a sequel. Record flopped, so it didn't get a sequel. You skip at it. You know what I'm saying?
You know what else? Sometimes things people say a flop are successful. Like, look at Days Gone. People don't understand how successful that fucking game was. And yes, I get the sequel, but it's just like Sony the developer's going to do it, and Sony doesn't. But that shit didn't flop. And as crazy as people say that game flop, it didn't fucking flop. It fucking sold really well.
The problem with it was what Sony measures is how good it did at launch. Right. It sold 10 million, but the sales they had to do to get that 10 million is what pissed Sony off. Now it didn't flop because it made its money. That company is still open, and they're still making more games. They just feel like it didn't have. You see a God of War selling 5 million in 2 weeks. Before that, I mean, not even 2 weeks. What, 5 days? And then the one before that sold 3 million. You never seen that number for Days Gone, which is incredibly crazy because neither did Horizon. You know what I'm saying? And
that's true.
It's a new IP. When it's a new IP, I think Sony was a little bit too strict on them. I just think Sony didn't like.
I agree.
The game overall because it was a new IP, and a new IP never really does well in its first go.
You know what I'm saying? It's an uphill take.
Yeah.
Wait, I got some more stuff. You think I'm done with this? Nobody's asking for this. You're talking about IPs and shit. Let's talk about flops. Here's Phil Spencer 8 years ago. Maybe you were a little tadpole or some just putting on getting out your underwears here and then you're freaking growing a couple of pubic hairs here. But I'll tell you right here. Here's Phil Spencer talking about why he didn't do a Halo Master Chief Collection console because he wanted to celebrate the new IP of Sunset fucking Overdrive. Poor Jesus.
$99.
There he is.
I don't know.
They were hyping up Master Chief Collection
because we didn't all make.
Wait, let's see this, Phil. Tell me about Sunset Overdrive.
Kind of games ecosystem was well.
See live online.
Yes,
made me sad.
Effort comes from people's just internal belief in where they're working in the product.
This is when Phil actually gave a shit about gaming. This was early on. Then all of a sudden, Satya just stuttered and spitted on him, and now he's all on what the hell's going on.
In a studio setting, I'm at home. You put me in front of the hardware teams. Or
Satya went Phil clouds, and he's like, "Oh shit!" Now he's done.
I'm glad you bring this up because I see it sometimes on Twitter.
He knew he couldn't say subscription in that moment.
Out as somebody who's at the LT.
He knew he couldn't say it, so he wanted to say cloud. He didn't want to say subscription because he knows that that's
what are we looking to sell?
The main thing. Cloud
what are you going to look at and go?
Like paying for something.
Okay,
he couldn't
good.
say subscription in that moment.
Friends of mine in the industry.
I'm trying to find what he said about
low expectations, but the project's very complex.
Wait, I'm trying to get Phil Spencer's little thing here.
The work that Bungie did on Halo in the back.
There it is. Talking about he's hyping up Master Chief Collection.
That for granted. I didn't want to try to take advantage of their passion. It's incredible.
Going.
Oh,
Phil, you're leaving money on the
there
table
it is.
here. We could sell.
Phil's leaving money on the table.
500,000 special edition units at 149 with a silly statue. We could make X number of more dollars.
Yeah, too bad Master Chief Collection didn't work at launch.
Being the boss, you can just be like, "This is how I see it."
Man,
everybody has a boss, right? And I have a boss as well. But I will say,
that shit was so broken.
I try to take a long-term view on what we're doing.
Where is it, Phil?
It's a good question.
It's a good question.
I will say, when we looked at what Master Chief Collection turned into as we went through the development process, it's Combat Evolved 2, 3, 4.
Where's
Start
Sunset?
Halo Journey on Xbox One. Like, I'm that was core to us as we were putting that product together. I agree with you, and just say it in a crass way. Maybe there was more money left if we would have, built something at $99,
right?
But we just didn't have that approach with the Master Chief Collection.
So
imagine they built something at $99 for a Master Chief Collection.
You wanted no confusion. You really wanted to hammer home the value and not cloud the message of having some people think, oh, it's $100 thing. So is it really just all about the value proposition?
No, he knew that Master Chief Collection was broke, and 343 doesn't know shit.
A little bit.
That's what he knew.
A number of times.
Oh, of course.
Review Halo, and I'll even see the work that Bungie did on Halo in the back.
Already excited.
And it wasn't a Sunset with
the
a
way
bad
I
game.
Thought about
the wrong
it was
audience.
More, I wanted to show that releasing new IP and making it stand out is always a challenge.
Absolutely,
right? Especially
there it
when
is.
You've got Call of Duty coming with a massive game. You've got Assassin's Creed coming with another great game. You've got Halo there, and here we are with Sunset. And in the end, the number of bundles in the custom console you do is not a huge percentage of the game sales that you had, but I wanted to put a stake out there, our first time working with Ted and the team at Insomniac, that this is a real first-party game for us, and we're really behind it. And behind it in such a way that when we're going to do our white console, I wanted to put it with a brand new IP, with a studio that had done a ton of great work, and I really respected it. So it was, I won't call it a symbolic gesture, but it was something that was more about the importance I saw in Sunset as a new IP on our franchise. Would we have sold more white consoles if we put it with Master Chief Collection? I think that would have probably been the safer route. But I'd love to add another great AAA franchise to the list of exclusives on Xbox, and I think Sunset can be one of those things, and I want to get behind it in a big way.
So
amazing. Isn't that amazing what he said? Those words coming out of his mouth there. Isn't it amazing? I always have to have a Phil Spencer interview on one of the Grindhouses just to kind of hammer home the disappointment that you should be facing right now.
Importance I saw in Sunset as a new IP on our franchise.
Sunset as a new IP, he saw it as very valuable, but meanwhile, never greenlit a second one.
Would we have sold more white consoles if we put it with Master Chief Collection? I think that would have probably been the safer route. But I'd love to add another great AAA franchise to the list of exclusives on Xbox. And I think
another great AAA franchise to the list of exclusives on Xbox. Well, what happened? Thrash was just talking about it. Where's your Killer Instinct 2? Sunset Overdrive? Like, where are your sequels? If you want to make a franchise a statement, why did you kill these one and dones? Because Satya came over and spit on him and said, hey, I want cloud services. See, Phil Spencer came out here. He was 6 months in the job right here. He came out talking a good game. We wanted to talk about games and IPs and exclusives and big statements. Dude was doing his job. People are living this, Phil. This dude don't exist anymore. He has since 2016, since Scalebound and Halo 5 launched, he has gone to AWOL. He was talking a good game here. He got people back into the game. That's what people remember. But this didn't last long. Because as soon as Microsoft, like Frog said, get that grubby hands on it, they shit the bed. And now Microsoft's all in. You got Brad Sams, or whatever the hell the guy is, the president, talking about gaming. The dude probably didn't even know he had a fucking Xbox. He's like, what? We make games? Excuse me, who? Who? We have games? They're like, yeah, somebody over here, the FTC wants to talk to you. He goes, well, we make a Nintendo? No, it's an Xbox, bitch. Get over there. He goes, what? All right, I got to fly to Washington to talk about an Xbox? What's an Xbox? I thought we canceled that program 8 years ago, right? No, man, we came out with like 5 consoles since then, Brad. Oh, really? Oh shit. Okay, well, let me go talk to Lena. Lena, we apparently make a gaming system. Let it approve it, please. That's why they shut the door right on his ass, because the guy didn't even know he made an Xbox. He's like, Lena, I want to talk to you about this console that we supposed to. Oh shit. Yeah, that's what you got. Talking about IPs. The hell out of here. Nobody asked for VR. Meanwhile, all I see is dick and ball warmers, new additions every week for your controller. Talking about nobody asked for something. Holy shit, where's that energy with that? Jesus, nobody asked for VR. VR was a flop. Between that and Halo, you don't come into the Grindhouse talking about that kind of shit, because you're going to get open and then you get closed. God damn. And you get a booty.
Hey, Jay, before you go.
Yo.
I got a question for you. How many games did Microsoft take away from PlayStation and Nintendo since buying somebody? Do you know?
Oh, let me see. So you're talking about like when they start buying. Is this before they bought their studios in 2018, or are you talking about before that? Because before was like they took away.
Yeah, like what did they take away that was already a third, like on other platforms? But they've announced no platforms.
The only thing I could think of Hellblade 2, but that's a sequel. Like so Hellblade franchise they took away. They took well, they're saying Elder Scrolls, they announced that Elder Scrolls would be taking away. That's another franchise that they took away. Let me see if they do I think that's all I can remember, because really the 360, a lot of the wins weren't taking away games from PlayStation, but actually getting them day and date with Xbox. I think that was the win. So they really didn't take anything away
there's a
with
big
those.
One that went under the radar. Big one.
A big one that they took away from.
Yeah. It went under the radar too. They did take it. Nobody talked about it, but they did announce it there that it's exclusive to Xbox now. It's
Outer World? Well, Outer Worlds, that's another one.
Outer World, yeah.
Outer Worlds 2.
Outer World 2. Yeah, Outer Worlds 2 is exclusive to Xbox.
Because actually they didn't even make the first one. The first one was published by 505 Games.
Yeah. No, it was Private Division.
Oh, Private Division.
No,
that's what it is. Private Division, not 505. Yeah. Private Division. Microsoft had no input.
Take Two. Basically, Take Two.
Take Two
owns Private Division. Yeah. So now they're taking that away too. So it's like, and there's more too. I forgot. I just had it in my head, but I mean, the case against this whole FTC thing is crazy, because it's just, you've already proven that you've taken away so much, and that you've announced so much more that you're taking away. Now Hellblade, a game that Sony helped be made, like it wouldn't have Hellblade wouldn't exist without Sony. And you're taking that away. I mean, which is understandable. I get it. Like, right, I get it. You buy somebody.
They're supposed to do that, but don't come in with kumbaya and then do it.
Not what you're going to do is where Microsoft is fucking up. You're pretending that you're not going to do this when you historically done it. And same with Sony. So you know what I mean? Sony. Well, I can't think of. I know if Sony bought somebody, then they would be taking that. They'd be making it exclusive to their shit.
Oh hell yeah! And Microsoft should, but they should do that.
But a lot of games that PlayStation, like the studios they bought, they were working mostly with Sony's PlayStation anyway. Very few of them made games for anybody else. So it was kind of established relationship. Right. It was like we already have a relationship with them. They've been making games with us since PS3. Why not buy them? You know,
like playground games.
Yeah, but
nobody complains about playground games.
And the State of Decay devs, those guys.
Yeah, those
Undead Labs.
Ember Labs. Undead.
See, the thing is that they should buy and make it exclusive for Xbox. The problem is they come around like the friendly bully. Like, we're your friend, and then all of a sudden we're gonna trip your ass, when nobody's looking. And dude, that's the most annoying thing. Like, he comes on here, kumbaya, we're putting our games everywhere, but then talking exclusive at his ass. And the problem is in that interview back then, he was talking about exclusives. We're making Ted Price feel special. We're making exclusives, bitch. Come on, Sony, let's go. Here's our exclusives. You got yours. We're going to compete. Now he's going around going like, oh, yeah, we're your friends. We're your friends. But then all of a sudden, when you turn around, they go, you know what? it's exclusive. Oh, you want to use the word exclusive when you find it's ideal, and you want to talk about PC because he talks different depending on the audience he's referring to. When he talks to the business and MSNBC or NBC or whoever Microsoft had their money hat in, who always does articles on Microsoft, he comes on the business one. He talks about gaming as kumbaya. We're Sony and we're all one family. Business is business and gaming business is moving forward. Then when he gets on to one of these podcasts and shit like that, he's like, exclusives and this. And I know what Xbox gamers want. They want exclusives. So we're making it exclusive. Then he goes to the PC showcase and he goes, it's all about making the best games for PC. That's all he does. He's a fucking PR man. That's all Phil is. I don't think he has any hand in any type of game. I think that's Booty's dirty ass, and Booty sucks at his job. But he fucking out his ass. He sucks. But Phil, I don't think even knows what games are going on. He is basically their public figurehead. He is their PR dude because I said it when they increased their price to $70. Phil Spencer was hiding in a fucking bunker somewhere. His ass wasn't even on Twitter. He wasn't on any Xbox articles. He wasn't on any podcasts. He was nowhere near that message. They hid his ass in a bunker. They're like, keep Phil Ness away. He don't say anything, but we're making bad news now. Just like when they tried to increase Xbox Live. Phil Spencer, they were nowhere to be found. They made some Xbox article on there, probably written by Phil Spencer, but he didn't come out and promote this guy. Guys, this is the new direction that Xbox has taken. See, Jim Gordon Ramsay's son of a bitch, Ryan, comes out and just says it. And everybody goes, oh, boo, Jim Ryan. The guy's telling you bad news and good news. The games do the talking. Our shit's $70. Fucking deal with it. Phil Spencer, they pussyfoot him around. Oh, no. Bad news? Phil doesn't get in front of that news. We keep him away. $70 games? No, Phil, stay away. Increasing Xbox Live? Oh, no. Oh, but guess what? We're going to reverse Xbox Live. Phil, get out there. Tell them. We heard you. And now they tout out fucking Phil Spencer like fucking Santa Claus. Oh, there he is. Here he comes. Phil Spencer, Santa Claus, saving it. We heard you. I took the feedback. We're not doing it. Phil. And there you go. But when it's bad news, oh, no, Phil, you don't say that. Let some fucking intern on Xbox Wire put out some article. Or some PR person, no-name PR person on a Tuesday afternoon, tell them $70 games. Where's Phil in front of that? He says everything else. Where was he? No, he's not there. He comes out as the savior.
He's obviously not busy. So.
Yeah, dude, he's not busy. He is a PR figurehead. I found out his purpose. He is Xbox. He is their Xbox PR. He's their Xbox Jesus. That's what he is. Give him the sash. Xbox Jesus. Get out there.
Yeah, he's a mascot.
He's a mascot. That's all Phil Spencer is now. He is a mascot, public figurehead. He is the political party of Xbox. That's what he is. He doesn't have any say in quality of games. Fuck, Crackdown 3 was his favorite game. You want to hear some shit? Dude is hyping up Crackdown 3 in this video too. I'm not going to bore you with that. He's hyping up Crackdown franchise as his favorite franchise. Crackdown came out, face down, ass up, booty quality. Where was Phil Spencer with that quality check? Where was he with showing Craig? Oh, we heard you. He came back. He had to come out with the news. We heard he was nowhere near with Craig. Oh, I didn't know we were going to show Craig. I remember he was like, oh, I didn't approve that. I remember doing a video going, where was Phil Spencer when Craig was approved? Oh, we heard you. That's bullshit, man. That's what he is. He's a PR. They take him out there. You know when you go to a concert and the like a Justin Bieber concert or something like that, and the girls and the fans in the front row, they're like throwing panties and that's Phil. That's what you do. He goes to E3. They're ripping off their FanFest jerseys, the fucking nipples, the fucking bellies are hanging out. They're like, Phil. And he's like, oh, calm down, FanFest. I'll sign those asses later. Signing babies' heads. That's what he's doing. That's all he is now. He don't care about games. Put COD on there. He's the Phil. He is the goddamn figurehead. He's their PR mascot. Goddamn, dress him up and have him run across the friggin' field. That's what he does. That's all his value is right now. Bad news, Phil, go fix it. Go out there, give them a whiff. He goes out there, gives them a whiff. He goes, what? God, Xbox sucks. You see all those guys on all these hardcore Xbox guys like turn and this sucks. And Phil goes out there and goes, they go, shit. He gave us a whiff. I'm back on board. Xbox is the best 2023. Watch them all. All of a sudden, January 1st, this is a new year. Incredible games coming out. I can't wait. Xbox is back. Meanwhile, 2 weeks ago, they will say Xbox sucks. Phil gave them the whiff, January 1st. But anyway, my holiday spectacular turned into a cesspool of farts and goddamn telling nobody wants VR. Put me out. And dick and ball warmers. Holiday special. My God. But we're not ending. We're going to end this with a holiday note. We got to end this a holiday note. Do you guys have any more to say about this stuff?
It's not. It's going to get worse before it gets better. That's all I'm going to say.
Is it going to get better? Well, you don't even know.
If this acquisition goes through, believe me, to get worse before it gets better for gamers.
I know. It's going to be another year of Activision.
Just for gamers.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I said the same thing, man. It's going to, at the end of the day, no matter what happens, you as a gamer will be exactly how you would be today.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what happens.
Playing that shit.
Nothing's going to change for us, so it is what it is.
Well, we're going to turn on the fireplace now, and we're going to have an exclusive live presentation. I'm going to read this live for everybody. So, I'm setting the tone. Here we go. We're going to do a little reading here. Grinders, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. We are going to do a brand new holiday poem. You've heard it was, and actually, I think this is a good background right here. I think that the cozy ball warmer for the controller, I think, is a nice kind of a background setting for this. So coming from the cold, and we're gonna have a wonderful story. So hit that like button. You guys can hear it here live. Let's see if I can read this in the first pass and not laugh or whatever. All right. You may have heard it was. Should I do a reverb in the hall? Does this sound a little bit better? Maybe
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
There you go.
I think this sounds. Yes, we're ready. Okay, we're gonna have some background music, some fireplace. Here we go. So you may have heard it was the night before the Series X. Well, we have a new one for you. It's the night before the Series S. Here we go. It was the night before the Series S, and all through the house. Not a first-party game released this year, as quiet as a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes for some Game Pass cards, because to pay even $1, I wouldn't dare. The fans were all nestled with Phil Ness signatures on their backs, in hopes that someday Xbox will be back. In my bed after a session of God of War and knowing how great gaming can be, I now sleep with a smile, knowing what my PS5 has coming in 2023. When I rose from my bed, because I heard such a clatter, I jumped to the window to see what was the matter. Through the window, what I never thought could be. Jesus, it was Phil again, and now he's working with booty. I should have known that smell from a mile away. But it was Christmas. I never thought they would bring that trash this way. On the rooftop, they made so much noise, talking all in the same, going back and forth on how they could get fans excited for not releasing a single game. I looked out again this time at a glance so quick, I knew they were back again with the same old shit. More rapid than eagles, his courses they came. Phil whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Greenberg, now Major, now Brad. Like Satya said, we cannot appear sad. The FTC is watching our every move. We suck and need Activision, and it needs to go really smooth. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pouring with each little hoof. As I drew my hand that was turning around, down the chimney Phil Ness came with a bound. He was all dressed in Xbox merch from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of Series Series S's he carried on his back. I rolled my eyes and said under my breath, "What is this crap?" His eyes, they twinkled, his dimples no less. He knew what he was doing, ready to spin that Phil Ness. He spoke tons of empty words and told me just to wait, but to continue to subscribe to Game Pass, even though his first-party games didn't have a release date. He kept talking and talking without a twitch. He said I should be grateful for winning awards, bitch. Oh, gee, Phil Ness. He's winning awards, bitch, he said. Gee, you ruined my... You nasty Phil. He then opened his pack to try to put the Series S under my tree. I said, hell no! I would shove that up your booty. Then I smelled a whiff that I never thought it'd be. Jumping in my living room, it was him. It was that dirty ass booty. He said, hands off. Phil is my friend, one of his bests. Now let him go to deliver the Series S. He proceeded with a story that I soon will block. He said all the stores had so much overstock, and then to get rid of them all as fast as can be, because no one wants to play a next-gen game at dynamic 1080p. I told him to leave and walk out the back. As they walked out, I said, don't forget this sack. I said one word and it shook them to the core. I said, stop all this. It's the games the gamers come for. He shook in fear and sprang to his sled and gave his team a whistle. And they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight. He said he's excited for what he didn't show. Wait till E3 and have a good night. Wait. This is not over. He said the same shit 2 years ago. This guy's a con man. We can't keep him letting this go. Now buying up publishers, his approach while regulators are breathing down his neck. And look at that 2022 and next year with no dates. It's worse than a train wreck. Uh-oh. I look at my window and he's coming back, hoping that I went to sleep so he can unpack his Series S sack. Oh. I ran outside and knew falling snow with my shotgun drawn and about to go. I yelled, now Greenberg, now Major, now Booty and Phil. You try to bring this S under my tree, and you're gonna get a fill. Phil turned his sleigh as quick as Halo Infinite fell from grace. Even he could not spin the falling of that player base. As he flew away, this time for good, he said he'll never come back to this neighborhood. But he'll try to buy it with stuttering Satya's money, and then he'll be laughing. Oh, how funny. So he yelled one more time for those to hear and see. I will buy all of you and see you at E3. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, Grinders! That is another Night Before Xbox in the books. Did you like it? What'd you guys think? Are they even there? I don't even know. The Grindhouse, what'd you think of that one?
Another classic.
Another classic. There it is.
Another classic.
That was the night before the Series
Damn
S.
Phil Ness.
Damn Phil Ness. God damn, dude. He was trying to throw that S under the tree, man, because of that overstock.
Oh, man.
My goodness. Be careful.
Man.
Be careful if you see a Phil Ness coming down your tree. He's trying to give you some Series S's under there. Nobody wants boosters. Just be clear on that. Nobody wants booster. So, well, I hope everybody they're speechless. What a treat. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, everybody. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe. Stay warm in there. Grindhouse is always here. We'll try. Maybe I'll do another show. We'll see. But I know it's going to be a busy weekend. But definitely I'll be on the upswing next week. We'll do another one. But thank you again. Yo, happy holidays, Frogs. Christmas, King Thrash, Link. Yo, it's a pleasure, guys. Thanks for coming on to the show. And yeah, this is a great show, everybody. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. And always keep by the fires of the Grindhouse. And we'll be back. And you know what? It's not a holiday special without the one thing that we all come here for. And the last closing argument of the words. There it is. What? Thank you again, everybody. Good night and happy holidays from the Grindhouse.